Greetings. I am David Harper, and I will be running Curse of Strahd. Bear witness to those braving the mists tonight.
I'm Mario Vilas. I will be playing Sasha of the Unseen Eye, a Vistani wizard.
I'm Robert. I'm going to be playing Greila Austarian, and she is a nature cleric.
My name is Jeff. I'm playing a Kinku monk, and my name is Crack.
My name is Ed. I'm playing the Minotaur Barbarian, and he is Siguror.
Four brave souls, but how long will you remain that way?
You sound like Soul Calibur characters.
I was about to say.
A hero desires Strahd, and Strahd desires total party kill.
For reasons noble, willful, or quite by surprise, the four of you find yourselves around a campfire deep in the woods. Its location having been marked by a bound Kenku, who promptly introduced themselves in the way that their people do. You know little about one another, save that you all seek, or have been thrust into, a dark, unending nightmare, perhaps with an end of light. The woods are quiet this night, and their air grows chill. Your fire sputters as a low mist gathers around the edge of your camp, growing closer as the night wears on. By morning, the fog hangs thick in the air, turning the trees around you into gray ghosts. Then you notice these aren't the same trees that surrounded you the night before. You feel it in your bones. Like it or not, you now dwell in cursed lands.
So do I get a general feeling of that, rather than seeing the trees?
It is a very distinct feeling for you.
Am I home?
You are home. For the rest of you, it is a general sense of unease.
Then I will say to the other people, we've been at this campfire like overnight, more or less?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will say to the others who I will know who are there either through idle conversation or through Susa telling me, and I will say, we're trapped now in Barovia. The mists have enclosed all who come, and let none leave. I hope you are prepared for what comes next.
I came prepared. I was seeking it out in the first place. Good to know it's coming towards me.
Not many are bold enough to seek Barovia and the terror within. Tell me, you normally go seeking your death so readily? For someone to do so is quite unusual.
It was not me that struck the first blow. It was them.
Understandable.
They had attacked an ancestor and defiled him in such a way, and somehow it seemed fit to send them back to us.
Yes. This place does terrible things to all our families. And as a man seeking vengeance, I see a kindred spirit in you, good sir. Tell me, you have come to obtain vengeance for your fallen family? Do you know their killer?
Not vengeance, more obsolation. Due to the way of their death, they are stuck here. They cannot go to... This is no harm. They cannot go to Valhalla, which was the goal. But the way that their end, their spirit is
Do I know what Valhalla is? Do you need me to make a religion check? Because I can do that.
You can go ahead and give me a religion check.
13 on religion.
You're familiar with the concept.
Okay. And I will say, the warrior afterlife. How interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You have descendants from this place? You must be no small warrior yourself. Now, obviously, he's actually a gigantic Minotaur warrior, but I don't know that.
Still only a medium creature, but only like 6 foot.
Also, I didn't mention it in the intro, my character's totally blind.
At your perhaps flattering words, there's a very distant sound of sharp laughter, carrying almost infinite miles. As you pay your friend the compliment, there's a distant but much farther off.
I will reach towards my bag and I will say, Susa. And I will send Susa to look around. Do I need to roll perception? I will have Susa make a perception check to see if anything is approaching and inform me of such. For some reason, I didn't wipe out her stat block, but I believe they get a +3. So 9 on their perception. Unless we're using passive, in which case it's 13.
You send forth for your familiar, scanning over what is somewhat nostalgic, if a little dire terrain. Very familiar. Susa finds nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. Well, damn. I will say to the others, do you hear that?
I heard it, but...
Well, did we? Or was it... Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all heard.
Okay.
What can you tell us about Barovia? You said we're trapped. Why would we be trapped? We can't just go back the way we came?
The mists, they stop any from leaving. It has been that way for a long, long time.
If no one can get out, how comes you're so familiar with this place? I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Well, I'm from here.
But you just said that no one may leave.
I misspoke. There are certain people who can leave.
But not us.
Not you.
Oh, that is a problem.
Well, the problem for you, but also for others. The people here, they are trapped by this mist, same as you, desperately seeking escape. They cannot find.
A sharp wind blows through the trees at this moment.
But perhaps we have spoken enough for now. I feel we're being listened to.
It is an eerie feeling here.
It is like this everywhere.
From what Sasha's familiar has seen, Sasha knows that you are on the old Slavich road, and there's but one direction towards Barovia proper.
Okay. I will say then to the others, this road leads where we must go. If you would travel with me, I can't guide you. I do warn you, however, this place is dangerous, and I have a mission. I have come here for a reason, not unlike yourself. I seek the death of again, we are being listened to. And perhaps I will speak again another time. I assume if you were come here, you were all capable men? Sorry. Yeah, I will say sorry after I say that.
Quite so.
I have some training, but I'm on the frailer side physically.
Then you are a spellcaster, I would assume.
I'm a cleric of
Oh,
Ruler Fame.
well, thank you. Do I know? Do you want me to roll another religion check?
For specifics, yeah.
10.
You're familiar in passing. A few of the clerics that your master consulted happen to be.
And this is and Willifane is a
He's
nature
a wood elf.
god?
Yeah, he's a nature god. He's a wood elf god.
And I will say,
Oh,
god of forests.
yes, I will tell you how I came to worship him another time if you like, but he is a god of nature.
But of course, I must say, you will not find nature to be very beautiful here. This realm's dark magic has corrupted the trees and the wind.
That is something that must be set right. But
I'm glad you agree.
it is part of my duty as a cleric. Besides, there is no nature that should be.
And you, over there, the quiet one. What is your purpose here?
As Crack thinks to himself about how he came to be, he remembers very little. Darkness, thudding, the tight sensation of rope and chain around wrist. But he does vaguely remember one scrap of justification. You'll never return from this darkness. Plague the family Ilmore no more.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Which you may repeat in piecemeal or completely.
Yeah. I will do so.
Okay. And I will say, well,
That is an odd
how
thing.
unusual. Well, if you were forced here against your will, then I suppose you might as well travel with us for the time being.
Please, I'm bound. Isn't there guys around?
Out of character, we'll assume when you were found bound, someone did you the courtesy of.
Alright.
You're like, oh.
No, just leave the bird tied up by the fire. It'll be fine.
That would be kind of fucked up.
If he doesn't ask, I'm just gonna assume that's like his fetish or something.
Yeah. He could be training.
Or is it going to immediately go to sexual things?
I don't know.
Very, very,
Anyway.
very curious.
Says, I will take your silence as acceptance.
Almost as if a direct example or demonstration of Sasha's comment about the nature around this place, you cannot help but notice as you traverse these old roads, the black pools of water that stand on either side like dark mirrors around the muddy roadway, and the giant trees that loom on both sides of the road, their branches clawing, seemingly clawing at the thick mist that surrounds you, almost as if daring you to leave the path and forbidding you to not.
While we're traveling,
Sounds
then doing that, grab a hilt of the long sword, just run finger over the jewel and saying a silent prayer to self. Well, tear, but
I said
prayer.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get up and continue on the path. As long as I know the direction it keeps going, and Susa can just give me a heads up if any thing appears.
Yep.
So if we're going underway, I'll stomp out the fire.
I'm gonna take control over Susa's senses for a moment, just to get a better look at my companions, and upon seeing a Minotaur and a Kenku, will smile to myself. Do I know what a Kenku is, and do I need to make a lore check? Like history or something? I don't know.
I will say that you have encountered Kenku before,
Oh, okay.
as your master's travels to help you with your wound took you near and far.
Are they one of the fairly rare races?
Well, it depends on the game setting, but they're not super common.
Fair.
Then I will say, as we are traveling down the path, so, Kenku, you said you were taken here. And you do not know, I take it you do not know exactly who brought you to this place?
I said
I'll shrug.
When he
I
was...
cannot tell!
Oh, huh.
But you don't know that. So I do find it funny that you gave me the most useless answer you can give me. That is great. I will. I will think.
The quiet hangs palpably after the end of your answer.
And I will say, oh, okay.
When the Kenku was found, was he also like hooded and stuff? Kind of like just bound and hooded?
Yes.
Okay.
There was a burlap sack over, but it was distinctly pointed at the front.
I suppose it would be kind of hard to see with the bag over your head.
I suppose you didn't see the people who did this to you.
No scene.
No seeing?
Okay. Well, if you are capable of handling yourself like a friend over here, I'm glad to be traveling with you. Do you have a name?
Crack.
Do you have any obvious weapons on you, by the way?
He is weird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't exactly hide a spear.
Well, no. I was just wondering if anybody was walking around with no weapons, but knowing he was a caster.
I just got
doesn't
a
matter.
stick as a weapon, if you're wondering.
But you're a caster.
Oh, I have a
Plenty of
crossbow.
weapons, none of them physical.
Hey,
But no obvious.
I have characters over it. Do you know what the Kinko's backstory is or not?
They have the ability to speak taken from them by their god.
Yeah. Of that portion, yes. Okay, I thought you were talking about yours specifically.
Yeah, that's why he has to talk. You could probably say yes and no, though.
Yeah. Someone's bound to have said that.
Probably like simple one-word answers are pretty easy for you.
I'll leave it to you, but feel free.
Yeah.
Speak
Just
like Bumblebee.
suggesting.
Yeah.
I will say, and you, Minotaur, what is your name?
I go by Siguror.
Siguror?
Yes.
The Northern. Or can I roll history to know what kind of name that's?
Sure.
Okay. I have all these really high lore skills. I'm going to abuse them as hard as possible. 21 on knowing where that name comes from.
Smarty.
You've
Smart.
read that there are northern warrior tribes.
And I'll say a Northern name. I assume you're from a warrior tribe in the north.
And in fact, they're 100% sure.
Yeah.
Yes and no. most of our numbers are warriors.
Yes, well, you definitely look the part. No offense. I'm just merely saying that.
No offense could be taken from that comment.
Well, that's fair. And, you, good priestess, I'm glad that you are traveling with us as well.
I really have nowhere else to be now that I'm trapped here. So
Well,
it's as much convenience for me. I'm not insulting. No. I'm sorry. I'm not insulting you.
no,
It's
no, no,
just
I take no part of it. I'm just saying
situation
I'm glad to
dictates.
have allies.
Better to be in a
Indeed.
group than alone.
I came here alone, and I'm glad that I have found others.
Double tricky. Is it? Are you obviously blind? Or
No,
Okay.
I'm not. In fact, I wear red, and my pog has different glasses on them, but that's because I have a magic item on them.
you have
Since
glasses?
I don't have the magic item yet, I have like red, kind of old-timey sunglasses, basically, that will cover me being blind. And in fact, I walk around just fine, so until I say something or obviously don't see something, it's probably not obvious at all.
You're just not perceptive.
I'm just not perceptive.
Female, correct?
Male.
Male, okay.
Yeah.
Sasha is a gender-neutral name.
Uh,
At least where I took it.
You wander down the old road for what seems like hours.
If anyone looks blind at it's me, because my pupils are white. They don't have pupils. Their eyes are
I'm
just
just saying,
white.
I'm probably not in front.
So, but I can see just fine. As my movement should dictate. I'm not
Man,
walking
it's been so
into-
long since I've had pods. That's awesome.
Muddy road, dark, clear, puddle and walls of mist on either side continue unchanging until the group comes across a freshly piled mound of earth, square in the middle of the road.
Upon hearing everyone else stop, I will,
Like how big?
It's about, if you had to estimate, 10 feet in length and about 6 feet in width.
So it kind of looks like a grave?
It is reminiscent of a grave.
upon hearing everyone else stop, I'm going to take control of, use an action to take control of Susa's senses again and give it a look. And I'm going to, I don't know, investigate? Can I go investigate to kind of figure out what it is? I mean, it looks like a grave,
Sure.
but... Okay.
It's just a big mound in the middle of the road.
25 on investigating and figuring out what it is.
I was.
I will cautiously approach, but I will use Seuss's eyes because they're a lot stronger than normal people eyes.
To just visibly inspect it.
I'm gonna go around it if no one else stops me because I don't want to approach it, especially if it's directly in the middle of the road.
Alright. And what'd you say you got?
25. I'm visually inspecting the mound.
The mount is visually inspected. And among the pile of earth, there are patches, you notice, of hair.
Well, that's not good.
They're light though. Maybe like a soft, whitish gray.
Using
The
earth?
pile is also somewhat angled towards the back from where you're standing. Like if you get a different vantage point on it, it starts at like more of a point. It's not exact because it's not sculpted, but it's like more of a point, and then it like broadens out towards the direction that you guys approached it from.
Almost like a triangle?
Like a very rough diamond.
Huh.
Does his hair look human or like animal? Oh, well, actually, is his familiar the only one that saw it?
So,
Currently, yes.
okay,
well, then
so there are patches of hair, and I will tell everyone, stop for a moment. Does the, can I roll any of my knowledge checks to figure out if this is some sort of, like, creature or monster that is,
Would it be nature or survival to inspect the hair?
Like
To know
maybe.
the kind?
What knowledge has you got again?
I have every knowledge. Arcana, history, nature, and religion. The four knowledges.
I'll take a nature.
22.
With the pattern of the dirt and where the hair is placed, also coming in connection with some of your own personal experience in Barovia, believe this probably was once some kind of grave, but it also, at least as far as the pattern goes, looks like something monstrous, maybe wolfen in form or dog in form might have buried, and you are aware that Barovia is home to werewolves, so maybe.
So it was a grave that... Wait, I'm sorry. What?
This may very well be a grave that was reburied.
So something dug it up and then buried it again in a shoddy way?
That's the theory forming in Sasha's mind at the moment.
Reburied. Do I know of creatures that would do this? Like so werewolves do this?
Yeah, sometimes.
Why? Do I know why they dig up bodies and rebury them?
Spare bones. If the body is
They're just like a dog.
fresh enough, and hunting was a little lean.
That's morbid.
Kind of
I
like
will
lepers
say-
that drag bodies into trees.
I will say,
Leopards.
yeah, I was like, leopards, what?
Leopards.
Though they much prefer the flesh of the living,
They will eat.
occasionally.
So, okay, I will say, I believe this corpse was pillaged by werewolves and reburied. Although I will not be able to tell without examining one of the corpses. And I didn't take mold earth. I was like, when would it come up?
Immediately, apparently.
Immediately. Oh, that hurts. And it was like, Mario, what kind of wizard doesn't take prestidigitation? I can't prestidigitate the fucking dirt out of the way. Siguror, will you extract, and I'll point to the hair, and I'll say, would you extract one of the bodies so that I may examine it and see exactly what that, or confirm my theory?
Well, if it is a potential werewolf problem, I've come across one
And
I understand the danger.
besides, they deserve to be buried properly, not haphazardly dumped into a grave.
Yeah, I guess I'll just start shoveling shit out with my hands, because I don't really have anything else better.
I
Alright.
do not have a shovel.
Do not either.
Nah.
No
You
one's
start
dead.
shoveling. No one else is joining him, if I got that correct.
Right there.
Fuck that.
The sound of spade hitting earth is almost
Well, maybe there's a spare.
mournful against the dramatic silence
I'll
that
also
surrounds you, oppresses you.
Can I also have Susa look around just to make sure this isn't like
Trap?
just to make sure that this isn't yeah, like werewolves aren't waiting for us, because it just now occurred to me that this might be a but I mean, investigation is what you use against ambushes, so I think my investigation would have brought up if it looked like it was set here specifically to like were people.
One would like to think so.
One would like to think so.
I mean, if it's in the
And
middle
then a
of
bunch
the
of werewolves
walkway-
jump out, and I was like,
So
and I was totally wrong.
Susa
Susa.
Susa stays vigilant. It takes a little
I
bit,
can roll that perception.
but you might want.
11 or 13 if we're using.
Okay.
Did you want us to
Yeah,
use the
I
10
intended
minimum?
to.
Okay. Then yeah, 13
Yeah.
on Susa's perception.
After a little while,
And she has dark vision, if that matters at all.
I think it might. The hole is uncovered, or rather, the grave. And what you reveal is less mushy than you might have expected, though no less ghastly. There lies simply a pile of bones in this earth, but the larger ones are all snapped in two, making it a larger and smaller pile of bones.
Possibly look like
Gross.
the compiling of more than one body.
Do I know if being snapped in bones has any sort
You
of
can't
significance?
tell.
Do I know if can I make either an Arcana or a religion check to know if the snapping of bones and the placement of them have any sort of significance, either as an omen or like magically?
Or like a ward.
Yeah. If
I'm actually willing to give it to you for free. Not that you're aware of.
okay, cool.
Maybe something broke the bones to get the marrow inside.
Well, that does sound like something a giant dog would do.
I mean, that is possible.
But then why would it rebury the
can I roll-
bones after pulling out the
I'm going to look at the bones, and I'm going to retake over Susa's perceptions in order to see. And I'm going to check the bones for claw marks using my medicine skill, if at all possible, just to confirm that it's werewolves. If you need me to make a roll for that, or if I can just...
You actually don't need to.
Oh, okay.
The way that some of the larger bones are snapped in half makes it very apparent that it was not something that happened to the body before burying or something.
Well, I want to make absolutely certain that I know, like, for a fact that, oh, you can tell because the marks, it's werewolves. But if you're saying I have that without a roll, that is fine. Then I will say...
It's too blatant and too violent.
And I will say, yes, werewolves roam these woods. We should hurry, but we should bury these bones.
Yeah, maybe not directly in the middle of the road.
Yes.
It's usually considered a bad omen to walk over someone's grave.
Oh, can I use medicine to figure out how old the bones are?
Sure.
Because if they're fresh, they're probably from the village. We can bring them back there and bury them in the actual graveyard. 13. Fortunately, since medicine is wisdom and not intelligence, like I think it should be, I don't get to add nearly as much.
Medicine's more winging it than knowing what you're doing, obviously.
Well, no.
You went to go to medical school for like 12 fucking years. How is that not an intelligence
If
check?
you think about it from a medieval setting, a lot of like healers just taught apprentices. They didn't have like academies of fucking medicine, so it wouldn't necessarily be done by research, more by experience. So wisdom kind
Well, I
of.
think their logic is that it's about like treating patients and stuff, but that's not all medicine is. It's not necessarily about treating people. I have medicine for use in like looking at bodies and stuff.
Mortician.
Right.
By
Forensic. Medieval
Sasha's
forensics.
best estimations, it is between 15 and 35 weeks old. Not very fresh.
Huh.
Okay.
But this freshly turned mound of dirt.
So they were clearly dug up from some sort of graveyard, ripped into, and then dumped here.
Yeah, it was weird.
Like a
The
bunch
werewolf reburied it. Like, I know dogs bury bones.
Like a bunch of squirrels.
I'm familiar with that. And werewolves maybe act like dogs, but dogs go back to the bones they bury,
You
though.
got nature?
No, I have survival,
I have
actually.
nature.
Not the word.
I'm just speculating.
I have every game skill.
Cool.
Wondering what the purpose werewolf would have for burying the body instead of just eating it whole as is.
Well, I don't think it was any kind of reverence. That's what I was getting at. I think it just buried it like a dog buries bones.
It's all the marrow sucked out.
While you were looking at it, quite a bit. You can get all of it.
And it might have been, I was saying, well, it might be here as a snack for later.
Maybe
Do I
we
know
should
if there's,
do
in the...
When you say a snack for later, there are a couple of wolf howls in the distance.
Oh, great.
And I
Thank
will
you
say-
so much for jinxing us. Friggin' Sasha.
And I will say...
I say in character.
and I will say, yes, and I believe we should now hurry.
I think you're correct. Let us move on.
Siguror, if you could put those bones in your pack, we should return them to their rightful graveyard.
Now, buzz out the backpack and do so.
I will send Susa up to keep making those perception checks so that werewolves aren't sneaking up on us, and I will hightail it.
So we're running. Okay.
It might be smart to run if we think there are werewolves.
Yeah.
It might be smart, but it won't be easy.
Oh,
you know, along
yeah.
this road, you should be at least 3 hours from town.
okay.
Oh.
The first thing I'm going to do, actually, I can make illusions of objects. So, I will cast Minor Illusion. Oh, damn it, I forgot to write down my cantrips. Can I get a player sample? No, yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Sorry. Are cantrips in the same place as spells?
Yeah.
I'm uncertain.
Yeah, it's alphabetical order. So like prestidigitation should be a P
Right.
for some reason.
What does it prestidigitation begin with? P?
Yeah, I said so.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought you said for some
So,
reason.
in case
No.
they're closer behind us than I think they are, the first thing I'm going to do is Sasha will, as he starts to run down the road, but before he gets 30 feet out of range, he will... How big is the grave? 1 square, 2 squares?
It's closer to 1 square.
Okay,
I
cool.
said 6 feet, but effectively.
Alright, cool. Then I will cast a minor illusion to basically look as if the grave is undisturbed. I will do this. Sorry. Sasha will incant into the night air.
Oh, so you're familiar for someone can't for you. Okay.
I will hold my hand up and say, Veritas, credo, oculos, and create a illusion that the grave is not disturbed, and then I'm going to hightail it the fuck out of there.
For any that look behind them before they start running, they see that the grave is magically as if it were the way it was. And having ears,
It's minor illusion.
making a deuce, doing of your friend. The group begins to run. And run. And run. How long are you running for?
Until I stop hearing wolf howls.
Okay.
Or,
See the light of the village?
That's 3 hours from now.
you said it was 3 hours away or 3 miles away?
By your knowledge, it's like 3 hours away.
3 hours. I cannot run for 3
At
hours.
least.
Damn,
Let's-
that is a trait I could
Let's
grab.
run for a minute, because that's when the minor illusion ends, and then can we, for purpose of like traveling, let's move at double pace the rest of the way.
Sure.
Which isn't running, but it's
Yeah.
you know,
It's
moving
walking
quickly.
faster.
And the entire time I'm gonna have Susa keep an eye out, and of course I will be listening.
And I'll look around.
Yeah, you know, just keep and I'll tell the others, keep an eye out. They might still be after us.
You move, you look.
In retrospect, probably should have taken those bones because they could probably track us by the bones.
There's some
Oh,
quiet.
no. Yeah.
There's some quiet. And then like a distant wolf howl. And like maybe you continue moving and you're quick. There's more muddy road, more mist on either side. And then there's a distant wolf howl. And you keep going, you just don't stop. And then there is nothing for an extended period of time.
Don't like this.
Quietness overtakes the woods.
I don't know if this is better than the wolf howling or
It is not.
because now I feel like we're gonna get jumped.
I assume that would be an insight check to know if we're walking into an ambush.
No, it's perception.
No.
Or investigation at GMs or DMs.
Insight is more like, is someone lying to you?
Yeah,
Right.
insight is what they rename as sense motive.
Okay.
Once you have moved for what seems like an hour, Susa speaks up. You, Siguror, also spot it before it happens. And before the rest of you hear it, but it doesn't seem to conceal itself. A husky voice, which the two of you know first, comes from like a tall, shaggy-haired humanoid figure, calls out to the group of you.
Dead memes, Tommy!
Like it's hopeless, man.
God. You see Mortal Kombat 11 just flat denied he was going to be in? So many
I did
people were
not.
mad. So many people were mad. And I was like, yes, let me drink of your tears.
It does not speak in a shaggy voice, but instead calls out, "Who goes there?"
Depends if you be friend or.
Are they ahead of us or behind us? I'm sorry.
That-
They're ahead of you.
They are ahead. Okay, then keep talking.
Depends if you be friend or foe.
The figure moves out from the woods and the mist, revealing itself. It's a human male, tall, a little over 6 feet. He's got thick, black hair, long, fuzzy mutton chops, and they are covered, draped in furs, and lean on a wooden spear, quite weakly.
Are they old? Or they just look feeble?
Looks more feeble than old. The hair's still got some luster to it, despite the damp, dusk air.
Is he like underfed or something?
It's hard to tell
Oh,
beneath the
yeah.
furs, but the beginnings of bones are showing on,
I don't
on his
know
face.
this guy, do I? I assume I should ask just in case.
You don't recognize this person.
Okay. He's not someone famous. I can determine with a history check. It's just a guy.
Guy named Guyerson.
I figured I should ask. I don't know.
Comes and he moves a little bit closer to the group of you.
If he gets closer than gets to about 15 feet, I'll tell him to stop right there and give your intentions.
Then,
I will put my
if you wouldn't
arm.
mind, yeah, not the thing.
Apologies.
He does, in fact, get within 15 feet. And you hold out your hand, and he stops. Please, I am very weak. I have been separated from my other hunters.
For how long? This would be a part of a hunting group, so I would know at least some information.
And he collapses where he stands, sprawled out,
Sir,
spear dropped.
I will approach.
Yeah.
I'll get to like right here. You know, actually, I'll get to right here. And once I'm right there, I will use. I will say, "Are you okay?" Is he unconscious?
He appears to be unconscious.
Then I will approach and I will place my hand upon him and attempt to like see. Like I'm basically gonna check him using medicine.
He's feeling them up, David.
Cup or feel.
You're touching them all over with your hands. What do you want me to say?
I'm checking him for injuries.
I know.
All right.
Reaching under his
7.
covers.
So it's a bit early to be considering him a corpse already.
Yeah.
I'll say-
He looks like he's just going through his pockets.
No. Checking to see if he's alright. You know, before he immediately turns into a werewolf and fights him.
That's what I was thinking.
Can I?
Yeah, I know.
I should have done it beforehand. I didn't know you were gonna use a skill as my cast guidance on you.
No.
But
You begin inspecting the man, and you find no injuries. He seems fine. And as you're checking him over, he like kind of shakes
can I
his
tell?
head and flutters his eyes.
let's
Well,
take
I
a
can't
spear
see
while he's
that.
unconscious.
Okay, the people. You're right. You see that. You like as you're inspecting him, like feel some movement, and you hear like a low groan.
And I will say, are you okay?
I am so very tired. I've been wandering for what seems like days. Please. Yeah. If you could
Do I know,
just give me a moment to rest.
now, this guy seems... So you said he seems like emaciated, like he hasn't eaten?
Kind of looks like that on the face.
Looks more malnourished.
Okay, do I know... I don't know what kind of check this would be.
No, but for what it's worth, while you were inspecting him, apart from like the face, you didn't see any signs of
His
damage.
ribs
You were
aren't
checking
like.
He looks very
when
healthy.
you felt him, he wasn't particularly thin or anything like that.
Can I make either
Overly cold.
medicine or arcana or nature or... Do I know of any way to check for physical signs of, lycanthropy? Like...
Fire coming out of his ears and his mouth.
No, I'm saying there's
Okay.
probably like in Dracula when
The marks.
Dr. Helsing checks to see.
I will say
he
yes.
doesn't just check for the marks. He checks for other. Like he runs tests to see if they're a vampire. In the book, doesn't it take like a month for him to figure out that she's actually a vampire?
Well, that's 'cause he's not
when
looking
he's checking,
for...
when he's checking, what's her name, David?
I can't remember her name.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It does take a while.
Do I know any physical tests to check for?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want me to roll?
I see no reason why not.
Nature,
I'll take a
medicine?
nature.
Okay, cool. Because nature rolls a lot higher. No.
It might-
12.
If you say something aloud, I could, I'm gonna check him for blah blah blah.
Right. If you allow me to rewind a second, I'll say I'm going to check him. Keep a lookout.
Do you want to roll it yourself, or you want me to roll it?
You can roll it if you think you roll better than I've been.
Well,
16. 16 on checking him with your guidance.
And on sort pairing, maybe not necessarily on him, but things that start jumping out.
Okay. You inspect him. And what you find is a little concerning. Because you find, or you start to find, that the man is quite hairy. The mutton chops aren't even the half of it. But for most of your inspection, it's on the fence with the person just having a bunch of body hair. Body hair isn't exclusive to werewolves, and so it's kind of uncertain.
Some people are just bushes.
However,
He opens his mouth and we realize he has gigantic. And it's like, oh!
Better to
Should've
meet
noticed.
you, werewolf.
Should have noticed that right away.
however, while inspecting and while weighing it, there's a smell that wasn't super obvious until you got right up on them.
Raw meat.
Raw meat,
Yeah.
blood. It also doesn't help that, the longer that you're doing it and the more thoroughly you're being, the man, despite being tired, starts to appear a little restless.
Okay. Then,
If you notice that, you should probably keep it subtle. 'Cause
I know, I'm not dumb. Okay,
Is there a way?
Please, just a moment. I only wish for somewhere safe.
So,
Would that be inside?
can I make a knowledge nature check to know what a werewolf's strength and weaknesses are?
I'm sorry, a what to check?
Knowledge nature? Or intelligence, sorry. So used to 3.5 and it just be called knowledge. Can I make an intelligence nature check to know a vampire's weaknesses?
Werewolf.
Did I say vampire?
Yeah.
Whatever.
You're really into the game, and I appreciate that. Not yet.
In character, my just like Strahd.
Don't worry. As soon as we walk through the gates,
Can I make an
just right
intelligence
there.
nature check to determine a werewolf's strengths and weaknesses?
I will say sure.
Okay.
I will say sure to you,
Come
if
on.
only because of something you mentioned.
I
12.
understand you couldn't say it aloud this time because of guidance.
Right. It's
You can't be like, I think he's a werewolf. Let me try and remember something real fast.
Base 10.
that's for perception.
Oh, okay.
If you roll lower than your passive perception, you just use your passive perception.
Right.
That's up to, well, yeah, that's up to David, right? But
Well, yeah, but he said he's cool with using it.
Unfortunately, 9.
wait, what the hell is your passive perception?
No, this isn't perception. This is insight.
Oh, can I roll insight then?
No.
Ah,
I gave it to him because of something he said earlier that made sense. You are generally suspicious. You feel like there's something wrong about this, but you're not sure what.
So what does my 12 tell me about werewolves?
12 tells you some useful information, if common information. Naturally, they are very strong, very fast. Obviously, they're weak to silver or silvered weapons in particular.
You guys all have silvered weapons, right?
Yeah, no, this is a special longsword enlaced with silver by its ancestral weapon. So
Yeah.
it's plus 0.
I think that's a pretty convincing way of saying we ain't got shit.
It's generally at a disadvantage if you sneak up on it.
I think most things
yeah, I
are.
probably didn't sneak up on it.
Oh,
I mean,
hey.
Although, like, the
Every
werewolf
little
had a
bit of-
disadvantage.
Every little bit helps.
Could also just
You're
be a
pretty-
mountain man.
You're pretty positive, Hal.
Yeah, he's a-
I'm like, okay, yeah, pretty sure he's a werewolf.
It
Then-
it adds up just a little bit too
Too much.
well.
I have a pair of manacles, and I'm wondering if you're just trying to snap them on his wrists real quick. What kind of check that would be, or if you can apply
Sleight of
manacles
hand.
as an action.
Sleight of
I do
hand.
not have sleight of hand. But I think that would be doing it without him noticing, not necessarily doing that quickly. Although it is up to
Honestly,
David.
I'd call it a dex check if you asked me.
Just dexterity to try to.
If
beat
only
him to the
because
punch.
like he's not gonna want you to do it, so it'd be like
Right.
him versus you.
Okay.
Take his spear away, Ed. I mean, I don't know if werewolves even bother with spears and probably just claw the shit out of people, but he
Like
did
that's
have
why I
a
want to get the
spear.
manacles on, because then you only have to worry about the bite, and I can just try to run out of biting range. Also, I knew when I went up to him, I was like, "This guy's gonna be a werewolf."
Well, I mean,
Just
if we,
get screwed.
if we play this right, we might be able to get
Where are the items
something.
in here?
Werewolves maybe travel alone, but wolves hunt in packs.
Yes, they
Yeah,
do.
there's probably a bunch of
No,
wolves
so I'm
just
thinking-
waiting in the woods.
Or this guy's a distraction to let them catch up.
Then again, okay, sorry. Another thing I wanted to know, with my check, are werewolves innately evil like vampires? Excuse me, sorry. Are werewolves innately evil like vampires?
Huh. Or are they,
Think to yourself, and you believe so.
Okay.
It is
then
quite
yes.
fitting that they exist in this, a land of evil.
Yeah.
As you consider your knowledge, the man feebly rights himself.
Okay, I am
So
going
now
to just
he's
make a dex
sitting.
check to put manacles on his hands. It doesn't say anything about it taking, about how long it takes to do it, so I will assume I can do it in an action, and once in there he has to make a DC 20 strength or dexterity check to get free, or a DC 15 thieves tools check if he is proficient and not already in the manacles.
claws just...
I would be really upset if that was possible. So do you want me to just roll in that dex?
Yes. As he waves and he looks at all of you and remarks.
No!
Remarks.
You are. It's a pose, actually, isn't it?
Travelers, perhaps you could provide me a safe place, and then
I
Sasha
rolled
makes his
a
move.
6. So, yeah.
Hey!
Could roll a 1.
Do I have
He's like,
proficiency
hey,
in
what the
this?
fuck are you doing?
Is it, I mean, because I'm proficient
In
manacle. Sorry.
It's not
Okay.
It's not a weapon, but I'm not, like, not proficient in them either.
He does have them, so it makes sense that he would have like fucked around with them. He wouldn't just buy them. And
with
never
an
use time.
unnatural quickness, the man pulls away
Oh,
and
fuck.
rights
And
himself
I
in
will
one
shout
motion.
werewolf.
You're gonna shout werewolf.
What little clothing that hangs on him bursts off as he transforms.
I am
There
gonna
the
cast-
sound of quick footfalls and loud howls from behind
Fuck.
as you are aggressed.
We let him catch up. Damn it.
I'm gonna cast Shillelagh on my club
I got a 10 on initiative.
as a bonus action.
Oh, so this sucks. No mage armor.
The first roll I make, actually that's the second roll I make, but the first D20 roll I made, Mario, is a natural 20. Oh, that's pretty good.
This sucks so much.
I heard them a little bit, but which you get?
18. No bonus.
14.
21.
Uh, 10. I realized in retrospect I might have been able to get advantage on that by yelling at you to hold him and then...
Oh.
But, you know, 2020.
See, I thought something you could have done is like play it off like, yes, if you travel with us, we can go. And as soon as he turns
Tactics
around and starts
for next
going,
time.
we go. Hit him in the head. Fucking use your sword, hit him in the head.
For right now, the time is action. Or more precisely, the time is yours.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Shillelagh as a bonus action, and then I'm gonna try and club the shit out of him.
Oh my god, so much better.
Very
I'm
well.
used to 3.5 where Shillelagh takes an action. Oh my god, it's so nice.
Alright,
Yeah, it's a cantrip, but it's a lot better.
19 to hit, and 10 for damage. And also, it's magical damage, so if he has resistance, he can fuck right off.
Ah, but he has magical resistance. So you
That's
give a
magical resistance to physical damage is not a thing.
Well, yeah, but like, I mean, if he has resistance to normal weapons, this ignores that. That's also part of it, actually.
Well, I didn't cover it, but your companion Sasha knows that that is the case. So it is a good thing that you came prepared. Because that is a hit, and you said 10 damage?
Yeah.
God. 10 damage.
It lasts for a minute, and it doesn't require concentration, just so you know.
You emblazoned your club with the mystic power of Shillelagh, and then lash out. It's sharp so it draws blood, right?
No, it's club.
But like Shillelagh, isn't it? Doesn't make it a blade.
No. It's still blunt damage. It's
Damn,
blunt. It's
that's-
magical blunt
It
damage.
sounded kind of cool. You
Sorry.
hurt the enemy.
Some people have been talking about a gimmick build where you take Magic Initiate with low stats. You just have a high wisdom, and you go fight your Magic Initiate, takes Shillelagh as a cantrip, and use a wooden sword to fight people.
Huh.
But
It's rather funny, and
It's
not for right now, though. Now it is in your court.
Alright,
All that is.
And, these two back here, are these wolves or werewolves?
Those are werewolves.
Okay.
fuck. Which one would you go for then?
That is a cool...
The one that's up here, the
Yeah,
regular,
no.
or one of the two coming up from the rear?
Oh, by the way, I meant to ask.
I thought
Did you move right next
yeah,
to
I'm
or
moving
diagonal from? Because you
I'll
could be
move-
here, you could be here.
I'll move right next to the Minotaur. So diagonal too.
Very well.
Okay, seeing these two coming up from behind, seeing you three right here, I feel comfortable with that.
This does not look like a good position for you. I didn't
hold on.
correctly.
Noticing those two coming up behind. Foul creatures, you'll be just like what we found in the ground. And rage and charge.
You're provoking his eye opportunity.
Oh, motherfucker, you're right. God damn it.
If you move away, just telling me.
Right, dash action doesn't give you free thing to move. Attack of opportunity makes you, they just have to hit your AC to make you stop moving.
No, they don't stop you from
They don't
moving.
stop
It's
you.
just an
You'll
attack.
take damage though.
Oh.
If they successfully hit, you'll take damage.
If you're fine with
However,
him getting a
if
swipe
you're
on
cool
you,
with moving out of the way, that actually frees me up to move away from him because he won't have his attack of opportunity for when I want to move.
Well,
So if you don't care.
yeah, that's fine. I'll rage and fucking run at these two. Moving here and
So don't you get your goal?
yes, but it's after an attack.
Oh, okay.
I have immediately after hitting with a melee attack as a part of the attack action as a bonus action.
Okay, cool.
excited.
I'll draw longsword and have at him. And hopefully hits. And since it is a variable weapon, which means it has variable damage going from one-handed to two-handed.
Yeah, so you can roll a d10 instead of a d8 for damage.
Yes,
Alright.
and that would be significantly better. And I completely totally forgot that. Ignore me. I did not. Do not look at me.
Everyone's staring at. He was wrong.
No.
And everyone must know.
No. No. See, I had it the whole time. I'll roll. Hopefully it hits for damage. Okay.
Might be your extra damage from being enraged.
17 to hit.
That is a hit.
Excellent. No. It's proficiency, not strength stat modifier.
What do you mean?
No, it's. So, how much damage does your rage add?
No, I mean to hit.
Oh, to hit, it's 4 plus your proficiency, so you add a total of 6 to hit.
Oh. 19 then instead. 4.
Still a hit.
And raging gives me advantage and plus 2 to damage. So 4, 5, 6, 10.
Yep.
10 on damage, and I'll use a trait, Hammering Horns, immediately after hitting an enemy with a melee attack, as part of the attack action on my turn, because it needs to be super specific about that.
Yeah.
As a bonus action, oh no wait, that's just a move. Goring Rush is after a dash action.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Hammering Horns, and it'll be a strength check to shove him. I'll instead try to shove him farther back.
Alright.
Within 5 feet. It's a strength saving throw versus 14.
Okay, so this is the attack that you just made plus trying to move him.
Yeah, shove him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's 10 to damage and then makes a save against being shoved.
Right, which
And
can
actually
push
try and shove him
farther
into the
away.
tree. Yeah.
And you can shove him into the trees. Also, I should note a shove action can knock prone as well. If you
Oh.
would rather that. Although, that's more useful if someone immediately moves to capitalize on it. Which admittedly could be helpful for Crack, because he can move up and get advantage on all his attacks by hitting the downed guy.
So,
But, that's up to you.
what you say your defeat again?
8, 10, 12, 13, 14, just making sure. Yes, 14. And it's a strength saving throw.
Okay. You move, slashing out with your longsword. It digs into the lycanthrope's hide, but meets significant resistance. You slam into it, attempting to shove it, but its strength avails it, as its claws merely dig a little bit into the softer earth.
Bastards.
grins a wicked grin and seeks bloody vengeance.
Fucking bring it. I mean, I don't have armor right now, but whatever.
Bring it. I'm not protected right now. It's probably a good time for you, dog.
Yeah, you totally hit me, not them.
Oh, well, fair.
13.
13.
You have 13 armor classes. Only one higher than me.
Noble.
Oh wait, yeah, no, because I'm unarmored, so con gets added to it. And Dex is an 11, so hey, it's just 13.
Check something real quick. Very bad.
Tomorrow's character has 9 AC. Makes sense.
At the moment, maybe. I don't know if everybody else has ACs. Yeah. I also have a shield though. Without the shield, I don't have as high an AC as you. So I go shield and claw.
It rips at you with its claws, but is unsuccessful. Swinging a little wide, but it's not done. It lashes out again, catching air.
Oh
nice.
god, it's 2 spikes and a bite.
If you get bit, is there a chance you turn into a fucking
I have no clue.
Oh,
However,
God.
I mean, no,
At
no
last,
cards to be
it
affected.
manages to sink its teeth into your neck.
That is
Thankfully,
like
you have
one-
resistance.
Yeah. While I'm raging, I have resistance to bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing.
So, you only take half damage from this.
That's why I kind of felt comfortable with attack of opportunity. So what?
You feel comfortable for now.
Yeah. I felt comfortable after the first dose. Do you need some healing? 1 HP. No!
You're okay.
You take 8 damage.
Ow.
Even with the half damage?
You take 4 damage.
Okay.
I was getting it straight.
I was
I
scared.
thought that was with the half damage. I'm like,
Oh, God, I'm doing your math for you.
However, I would
Okay.
like you
Okay.
to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Ed's
What are
already
your saves?
We're gonna have to put you down, Ed.
You didn't
I'm
write it
sorry.
down, but strength and con are your.
Yeah, they are.
two saves.
Yeah, I know they are. Okay. So 15, I get +5.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah, you got
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13.
It is now Crack's turn.
Okay.
Come on, Birdman. Show 'em what you got.
I think I'm attacking the other one just so he doesn't flank you.
You can attack this one so he doesn't flank anyone. You could also flank one of these two.
Yeah.
Uh,
Honestly, Robert could just do that with the one
Oh, just leave it all up to me, huh?
you. No, I'm saying you could face the one that appeared to be.
Oh, injured.
Yeah, and
Okay.
you and Mario can take care of him.
If Mario tries to cast in melee range, I'm pretty sure he...
I'm saying.
Provokes an attack of opportunity?
No,
Okay.
but... It's like, I think you have to make a concentration save or some shit. I don't even
I
remember.
don't think so. But regardless,
Yeah.
but that guy already uses attack of opportunity, so I can move out of there.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. He got an attack of opportunity after I moved from him.
No lie, I completely forgot.
Hey, I had raged before I moved specifically. So...
Does rage affect criticals?
Yeah, he takes half damage from all physical attacks while he's raged.
Hopefully a werewolf
Also,
with an attack of opportunity doesn't mean to get the...
It depends. Chunk.
Before you moved, you took 5 damage.
Okay.
This time I modified it. Okay, pray I didn't modify it any further.
It's 6.
Yes.
Maybe we're out fast. Maybe we should just run. Maybe we should have just ran.
I don't
Yeah.
think you can outrun
werewolves? Yeah, maybe not, but...
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Run.
Actually, I rolled my knowledge on werewolves. Are they faster than people? Because if so, then I know we cannot run them.
If,
30 feet's normal.
if they decide to be charitable and not transform further, then it's possible to outrun them.
Transform further.
Yes.
Did multiple transformations? Jesus.
Well, I think they can turn into just a straight up wolf. And then we would not be able to outrun them.
Because they're wolves.
Indeed.
Right, okay. I thought you were about to tell me D&D had a thing of, yeah, they have wolf, werewolf, and Garu. It's like, no!
Yep.
No!
No.
Yeah.
Are the dangers of Barovia not enough for you?
Don't try and make it work.
They are more than enough.
I'll
3
attack
werewolves?
I'll attack the one that hasn't moved yet.
Very well.
Correct?
You advance and attack.
This one's spear. Then I'm going to, after my attack action, kick him.
Oh shit.
As in, like, you get an extra
Yeah,
attack.
monks can attack with a weapon and then they can make an
Yeah.
extra unarmed attack.
Sounds familiar.
That's actually takes your turn, right?
That is it.
But it basically means we
Oh,
double
yeah.
you would still attack because of your roar. So if you have to be more than 30 feet, you'll lose your turn.
8 damage.
Yes,
Yeah,
8.
8 damage, yeah.
Alright.
And then the next attack.
Still, I don't know.
Yeah, no. 13.
Look, I can hit it.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah, ACs aren't that high.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
You do the same
Yeah.
thing. Oh, I
Yeah.
totally missed.
I do the same thing, but
Okay, 6.
Crack advances, thrusting out with his spear and fitting in a well-timed kick. He, too, notices heavy resistance from the wolf's hide. It is then Sasha's turn.
Mario runs and leaves us all high.
I move my full mount forward to get me as far away from werewolves as possible. And then do I know if they're weak to anything other than silver?
Just double checking. No.
And by weak to silver, I know it's just that their damage resistance doesn't apply. It's not like they take extra damage from silver, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Just wanted to double check. I will, from my belt, using Susa to guide me, I will, I'll pull forth a flask of oil from my belt, hold it up, and fire it magically, basically throwing it as hard as possible at this one, casting Catapult.
Huh.
They need to make a dexterity saving throw against 15 or be struck by the oil.
Does that actually do damage, or does that just cover them?
Covers it.
It does damage.
Okay, cool.
Would also be covered in oil.
See, the spell Catapult deals damage. Additionally, it breaking will cover them in the oil, which means when I hit them with fire, they'll take, in addition to the normal damage of my firebolt, the extra damage from the oil. Because if something's covered in oil and you hit them with fire, they take an extra d6, I think. So, I catapult.
It's not that bad, like at later levels.
Well, it doesn't matter. At first level, it's a
Yeah.
good combo. I'll do 3d8 from this, and then on my firebolt, I'll do 1d10 plus an additional 1d6.
I don't know, that could just kill out a lot of like level 1 things.
The lycanthrope's quick wit fails it, as it takes your flask directly to the side of its face.
Okay, cool.
It is now also dripping with oil.
Now on now that deals
Now it goes to grapple rock.
That deals 14 damage, and it is magic damage, even though it's a physical object. But it is damage from a spell.
Huh.
So it's not. So that's not reduced. At least I'm pretty sure, unless it does count as physical damage, but that's.
Is it a regular spell or is it like vampire?
It's advice.
How much magic did you say?
Oh no, sorry. So it only does take 7 because it does not count as magic damage. That's kind of a bummer.
Oh, so you rolled 14?
Yeah, I rolled 14 damage and then
But not
reduced
magic.
by
Okay.
its thing, so it only takes 7. Might as well just fire it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if the firebolt doesn't do a
Well, the next turn.
Yeah, if the firebolt doesn't do a
I mean, hey, it helps.
7 damage is so decent.
Hopefully.
And
No idea how much
for
health
my
these things
next,
if they have regen.
for what Susa will do is Susa is going to fly down and give the help action to basically distract this one. So on Crack's next turn, he'll have advantage on his attacks because Susa's flying down and being annoyance to that way.
Nice.
Cool for the future.
Does it also give it disadvantage on attacks?
No,
Oh,
I can't do that.
Great.
In the now, however, the formerly sick werewolf turns, looks at Sasha, turns, looks, and then assaults Greila.
Really? Because it should run after me and provoke an attack. That's half the reason I moved away, in case it was just like, I will kill you.
Are you possessed of a live feminine body?
Gross and no.
Oh, does it like women? Oh, Jesus. Alright.
Not to disappoint, but this one decides to take its time. It picks up its discarded spear
Huh.
and thrusts it into your left calf,
Ow.
inflicting 5 damage.
Alright.
Most things that get multiple attacks usually only get the full attack. They don't move.
Not true. That's 3.5. They changed that. Now everything gets all of its attacks at the end of its movement. And you can move in between them.
You can move.
Oh
between-
my god, how?
Oops, all dead.
Well,
Damn.
because it was dumb in 3.5 to do it that way. It's one of the combat changes,
penalizes
5th edition.
fighters
Yeah,
a
it
ton.
penalizes fighters unless they have a way of gaining mobility.
Fair. That just makes like things like bears and shit more dangerous.
Well, it makes
Well,
every
except-
5th edition is better for non-casters. I mean, casters are still strong. Don't get me wrong, but
The only thing is
non-casters
Nice.
do so much damage.
the only thing that is bad is some prestige classes, mainly that one ranger one.
What do you
The werewolf, face to face with Crack, lashes out, claw, and fang. However, Crack is too adept and manages to evade its blows. Though the first one, just barely.
Got that swiftness.
Then,
You also have
becomes
AC that's not
Grail's turn
Yeah.
once more.
Alright.
If you kill it before I have a chance to fireball, I'm gonna be really mad.
Well, I'm gonna attack it again, so. But. This way. Wow. 9 to hit.
Unfortunately, that is a miss.
Yeah, that's right.
God, you suck. What the hell?
Come on, man, get it together.
Get it together.
It then becomes Swearer's turn.
I'll just keep aggressing. I mean, no reason to stop. As long as it's still standing.
I really feel like we should have ran.
They'll just turn into wolves and chase us.
Yeah, but if I take an action to turn into wolves,
Maybe. You don't know that.
I'm also kind of not want to.
does take an action for them to change rules? Okay, then they'll catch us after a couple turns.
Yeah, we're still.
We're 2 hours away from town.
If dash twice gives us 60 feet of movement, they take an action to turn. Then the wolf's movement speed is what, 40 or 50 feet? They'll catch us in like
eventually
2
catch.
turns or some
Yeah.
shit like that. But still,
Still,
actual 3. It'll take 3 turns for them to catch us.
14 bit.
That is a hit.
Okay. 15.
We should just been Count's dicks. Nope, not interested. Go die somewhere else. Fuck off it.
15 for damage. And yeah, I'll try to hammering horn, move him again. Try and shove him into his friend.
Alright. You lash out once again, undeterred by the creature's toughness or its ferocity. And you show it some of your own, ramming into it. What's more, this time your strength exceeds its as you manage to slam or thrust him. This way?
So those two crashing into each other, could it knock them both prone?
So I actually looked this up after last Sunday. There is no rules for that.
Oh, right,
There's
I
no
remember
rule
you
to
mentioned
dictate
it.
how it works at all.
Somebody being knocked prone, really?
No, there are rules for knock prone, but knocking people through other people's faces or into them
Right.
has no rules.
We were driving back, and
Yeah.
I remember he mentioned
So I
there
looked
are
it
no
up because
rules.
it came up, and there are no rules.
There are
for it.
house rules.
So that means like base game, if I'm knocked, say,
No,
4
the-
feet or 4
No,
squares,
base game, if you knock, they just go through each other. It's assumed they just dodge out of the way or something. Because they don't say anything.
Now, I am personally fine with saying that, actually, my current house rule would be if you succeed and you knock one into one person, the person that you knocked into another person will fall prone. I'm going to give the person who gets hit a save, lest they be knocked prone as well. Yeah, and I'll do it again.
Monster Hunter.
One
Hey.
person who says it's a bad idea. Maybe.
hey, things
roll
that
those
affect
dice.
the enemies can also affect us.
I don't know about you, since I'm prepared to run.
Slam! The werewolf you aggressed falls. The werewolf you did not aggress manages to hold his feet, claws sliding through the mud, leaving shallow marks before they fill themselves again.
Alright. Well, hey, now you have a prone enemy next to you.
Well, he has advantage, I
Well,
I
also
guess
for
that's
those of
true.
you that noticed that thing. At break, I'll share what that's about. It is the prone wolf's turn.
Well, yeah, I just tossed you out like a sack of potatoes. What are you gonna do about it?
Rises.
Get up. That
Oh.
sounds good too.
Yeah, I guess you could do that.
Well, like, get up and attack. Am I remembering it incorrectly?
No, you can get up at a time.
Yeah, I guess you could do that.
It rises, snarling, gnashing its teeth.
You know what, the rest of your turn you could have moved around to flank after knocking him that way.
Because I didn't move, right?
Hey, we all make mistakes. If you want to have,
Actually, do that so that I'm within range of both of them. So I'm just not leaving.
So basically you both give each other advantage.
Yeah.
it is angry. Its pride clearly hurt. It swipes and swipes and then lunges. The ferocity in its heart landing this last attack.
So this is the swipes but bite, the one that's bad.
Inflicting 9 damage.
That's before.
health. Hold that.
4, 5. Okay,
So
so
Is
that
it
round
round
down.
down or up?
I think in D&D it's supposed to be round down, but I
I think you're right.
don't know. Okay. So 4 damage. You have 2 health.
yes, I do.
Probably should have ran.
We got him on the ropes. It's fine.
Yeah, bro.
Where?
I don't know.
Also, if you all die,
That's
why I'm backing up.
Save because you bite again.
I'll have to take his attack opportunity if I run. I mean,
I think so. Yes.
No.
Okay. 24 for the save.
You're entangled in truly a fierce battle.
if you turn into a werewolf, you become an NPC, don't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it gains werewolf's stats, and it's like if the
Anyway, whose turn is it?
Shall the darkness of Barovia claim you? We'll find out after a few more turns. Oh, crack for right now.
You might want to focus this guy.
Yeah, that's
down
what I was
down
thinking.
faster.
I'll do the one that is attacking.
That has advantage.
Yeah.
So.
You want another set of dice, Jim?
I'll take the 13. Wait, no. Sorry. I'm in. 19 again.
Well, that is a hit.
And I got 5 damage.
I heard you were encouraged to focus on this one, but
Yeah.
are you? Yeah.
And then I'll do my kick again. There's no reason not to.
For sure.
more damage is more damage. But this one also
You have an
has
advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, that's better.
That's way better.
What was it, like a
23.
It was a 2, and then he rolled a 17.
23 now.
Hmm.
And then
Most
I
certainly.
got 6. Yeah, 6 damage again.
It's pretty nice. Pretty nice damage.
See, that's versus.
Of course, halved.
Yeah, halved. So.
Yeah.
7 again.
The damage was 6.
6.
6, yeah.
He did 5 and 6. If I remember correctly, that would make it my turn.
It does.
Okay. I raise my hand. Susa will come and basically mark for me where the enemy is so that my aim is correct. And I will hold my hand up, and as I conjure the mystic flame, I will chant Insertus Polkar Imperial! And fire a bolt of flame, trying to hit him dead center where the oil is and light him up. Or, there we go.
Oh, familiar marking.
25 to hit, and I deal
Which absolutely is.
10 damage, none of which is resistible. And I think, I'm going to double check it, but I think he might take damage per turn now, but I'm not sure.
Oh, being ignited.
Yeah. Yeah, at the very least, I deal 10 damage.
The thunderous words of Saja's incantation pierce temporarily the dreary silence of the forest path as the fire races forth from the ether and envelops the front portion of the deathly lycanthrope. Burning fur, singeing flesh, he is damaged.
Okay. Yeah, he just, he takes 10 damage, but he does not continue to burn, unfortunately.
Which, that's kind of weird.
Well, you can also put oil on the ground and light it up, and it will do damage over turn, but if you cover someone in oil, they just take an extra 5 damage. You don't roll an extra d6. Funnily enough, they just take a bonus 5, and I roll 5 on the d6 anyway, so it doesn't change the damage any. But, yeah.
The wolf turns.
Now, I will note after I do that.
You bitch.
I'm sorry.
The wolf turns.
I have range. You don't have range, that's on you.
I have some.
Bloodlust turned to hatred. How far away are you?
I am from him 55 feet away, so 11 squares. So he probably cannot reach me and hit me this turn. But he can run up to me, not attack, and provoke an attack of opportunity. And I think he should for no reason.
Well,
It's not because you said
he
it.
turned away for a reason. Before he moves for funsies. If you would like.
Come on.
14 to hit. Oh, that hits him.
That's it.
Okay. And 9 for damage.
And it's magic.
That is also
'Cause it's
not resistant.
Should
Hopefully he's getting at least a little fucked up now.
He is.
Okay.
But
Oh,
werewolves have.
he's a
immediately
Why?
he's been burned.
So why?
He does not like it.
Oh, you're such a fucking...
However, while he is bounding towards Sasha, it becomes another wolf's turn.
You know what else I could have taken? Shocking grasp. I just could have and then ran away. Get away from me.
Bad touch, bad touch, bad touch.
Well, if you get someone with shocking grasp, they lose their reaction.
Yeah.
So you can use it to electrocute someone and then go.
Bad touch, bad touch, bad touch.
Mold Earth would have been useful. I could have created a wall and just been like, no.
You can still might not lose a wall out of you.
The
In like a 5-foot square.
werewolf,
That's what
currently
it is.
aggressing Crack, once again lashes out with claw and fang. Once again is clumsy, missing, though just barely
Can't
on the
even.
bite.
So yeah, maybe you guys can't damage them, but at the very least they can't damage Crack.
That's not true. If they kill us and then surround Crack, they'll have advantage, and then Crack will
Why
die.
you gotta speak truth? Huh? No one wants your truth nonsense.
I am just...
In Throws battle, it is now Greil's turn.
Well, you might as well go help them because you're not gonna
Oh.
reach me.
It's Greila, dude.
Also, well, you could Sacred Flame, or you could
Yeah.
heal this guy because if he goes down, he'll be out of rage.
How many rages do you have? Just the one?
2.
2?
2 at level 1. Each one lasts a minute, but if I go unconscious, it goes away.
I'm gonna Sacred... How fucking far is that? How far is... He's 55 feet away from me?
So 50.
Yes.
So if it has a 50-foot range.
Alright, I'm gonna Sacred Flame him. And
this
then, yeah. So,
Sacred flame, eh?
yeah. He makes a DC 14 dexterity save against it. Or takes, 3 radiant damage.
Okay.
Beetles.
3 points makes all the difference in this case.
Are you serious?
The
I
wolf
saved
is
your
felled.
fucking bacon.
Fuck.
I could have done it myself.
Okay.
Oh, no, he's right.
Could have done 3 damage.
You should take that damage back and throw it on somebody else.
Oh yeah.
No. No.
No, I'm just messing.
Howls in anguish, but its calls will not be yet answered, save by blood. It's now your turn.
I will continue the onslaught on the same one. Here it would still be considered flanked, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then I shall continue. The assault.
Are you gonna move an attack, or are you attacking and moving?
No. I'm going to attack, and then do I need to move to go?
No,
flank.
You just made it sound like you were gonna move.
No, sorry. Continue
That's
the
fine.
assault. Damage. 13 instead of the 1. 19 to hit.
That is a hit.
Here, and
7, 8, 9. 9 on damage. And I will continue to hammer horn him into his friend.
You bring your weapon to bear against him, inflicting yet more damage and attempting to force him off his path of murder. But whether or not you're truly successful, we'll have to wait after the following break. Return. Now, the conclusion to your attempt to ram the creature off focus.
Just knock him into his buddy, try to knock them both prone again.
The werewolf's strength fails him, as he is
Okay.
indeed, once again, knocked into his combat.
Hopefully the other guy's not too.
Well, yeah, that'd make my next move a lot easier.
The slick mud and your ferocity are enemies of the werewolf both, as they both tumble to the ground, mud mixing the matting fur.
Excellent. Seeing that one down and seeing how far away, I assume you're trying to go for a tactical retreat due to how far we are.
tactical retreat, if that's what you want to call it.
So...
Hold on. Because while you do successfully overturn two of your enemies, it's now one of their turns.
He still has movement.
Yeah, I was just going to use my movement. Apologies, I should have stated.
It is almost one of their turns.
It's going to just move to the other side of Crack and mention we're probably moving. Motioning to fucking this guy all the way over here. And to your benefit as well, since you were within earshot.
One of them then rises to their feet, snarling with apparent irritation.
Good.
Then attacks.
So if he has worse luck than he's been having.
I hope he does.
It's okay, I have an idea.
Rage seems to have dulled its senses as its attacks miss.
Alrighty.
If you dash, can you still do something with a bonus action?
Yeah.
It then becomes Crack's turn.
Hopefully they don't kill me. I guess I'll move.
Well, yeah, they're prone. They can't attack.
Well,
What if
this
we got
one
back
stood
to
up.
Oh.
Just run, Jeff.
That's why I only took
Well,
part
you
of
could
my
take
movement.
a withdraw to just move 30 without provoking an attack.
Okay.
Can Jeff? Oh, Jeff doesn't have key points yet, does he?
No.
Okay, I didn't know that you can just straight out withdraw. If I had known that, then I would have moved farther.
Well, when
before
they
you
were
got-
both
but
down, you could have moved
Yeah, you
farther.
could've
So it was
run.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You could have gone here.
I was more thinking of staying the target, waiting till you go, then taking the rest of my movement, but probably can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, sorry.
Future note.
Yeah, you can knock someone down and then move. And I think when they're on the ground, they can't make their... Or I think you can't make your...
Attack of opportunity.
Well, prone. Or if you would, it would give disadvantage.
How would you...
I don't believe you can.
Like, effectively.
Yeah, it seems hard effectively to be like... Get back here!
Come back so I can stab you.
It then
But sometimes the rules are weird. figured.
becomes Sasha's turn.
So-
However, success turns to fright at Sasha's realization that these werewolves should not be suffering as they are. A demented trick is being played. Perhaps to wait for others to come, or simply out of wickedness.
Play with their food.
Okay, so now that I know that the wounds that they took were not real, except for the
And in
magic ones
fact
that were.
beyond the ability of half of your current cohort's assembled ability to harm them at all.
Then what I will do is I will attempt to cast another illusion to attempt to scare them away. And specifically, what I'm going to do is use minor illusion to create a sound illusion, so that it sounds like the. And I'm going to attempt to mimic the
one that was...
the werewolves who was next to me's voice, and tell them basically to flee. But make it sound like he would sound. And in order to sell it, as I'm casting the spell, I'm going to pull my wand and start chanting, and it's just going to be me casting the illusion, but hopefully it'll look like I'm trying to finish him off or something, and that I will draw my wand, and I will chant. Dengue dambala, levo mose de posha, sakuze tene duva. And I'm basically just going to keep chanting and try to sell, that I'm getting ready to finish that.
Yeah, because that's a big ass... That sounds like a big ass spell.
Yeah, but really it's just me using it.
True. You said the check against this was...
Okay, so in order to determine it's an illusion, they have to spend their action to inspect it, and they have to make an intelligence check, or an intelligence investigation check against my spell save difficulty of 15. So even if they want to realize that it's fake, they have to wait till their next turn and spend their action to do so.
Okay.
To my knowledge, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Then again, maybe they'll just run because I don't know. And if nothing else, I might have bought people. I'm not going to move back anymore because that might kind of kill the illusion if I'm backing where I want to it.
Alright.
Yeah,
An
that's
illusion is put forth.
of him calling for them
Of
to
their, unbeknownst to them, fallen comrade, shouting at them to flee. One of the wolves rights himself. And his attention is clearly caught. He narrows his canine eyes, scrutinizing what he sees before him.
And hey, if one of them doesn't fall for it, but the other one does, maybe that'll be enough.
Well, hopefully once one of them turns to run, the other one. And if not, I denied them their action anyway, so that's more time for us to cast.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, 15 is the difficulty for them to see the illusion, and it's intelligence investigation. Hopefully something they're not trained in, and
So
don't
if
have any
they-
bonuses to.
So they only get that investigation roll on knowing it's an illusion? Or after they know it's an illusion?
No, they make it to examine something. That's why illusions are actually really good in 5th edition, because if you do it in a situation where the enemy wouldn't
Take the time to
take their
think
time
about
to look on it, it just works.
Huh.
Like, if you make a box in the middle of the battlefield and hide inside it, they have to, spend time looking to see it.
This isn't a real box.
See,
Huh.
werewolf
It's not passive.
pauses
That's actually really cool.
and then seems to notice something, realize or connect. Its ears go back and it hunches a little lower to the ground and it turns to its compatriot. We have mistaken. We should flee lest we incur the devil's wrath.
Yes! Thank you, minor illusion.
His comrade looks and then looks over.
Wait. No. Okay. Oh, thank God. That was gonna turn.
I smell magic.
It turns, howls to the night sky. There are 5 more howls in the distance that return. As they both turn and depart.
Hopefully the other howls were like wolves that travel with the werewolves or something like that. Instead of
Well, that's how they call for
Yeah, to be
ambushes.
fair,
and
this could have
other-
gone way worse. Like, if I tried to scare him into retreating, but, you know, it also could have scared him into calling for backup,
Oh yeah.
which would have been really bad.
yeah.
Alright, cool. If they run, then I'm gonna wait for them to, like, be out of sight, basically, and then I'm going to, sheathe my wand back in my thing, and I'm gonna run the fuck out of there.
Yeah, because this one's still right there.
The one that we
Or actually, the one in front of me,
Oh, okay.
does it have anything on it? Using Susa to look over real quick. Because if it has an obvious like piece of loot on it, I will take it.
It has a spear at least.
Might as well grab the spear.
Apart from the spear, not really. It
Okay.
was wearing like
Well, I'll
a
grab
thing
the
of
spear.
furs, but the furs are pretty gnarly looking.
Right. It's probably not armor of some
I
kind.
have fatigue.
And likely diseased. Though free.
Also, I do want to say, not to take time for your thing, I do want to say, I personally don't think the supernatural is real at all. If you do, and I offend your religion by using incantations that are relevant to your religion,
Really?
I apologize. Maybe someone is, really into
Pagan.
whatever. I mean no offense. I just picked stuff because it sounds cool. Yeah. If Dambala is listening, I mean no offense at all.
I think
Just
that's voodoo magic. I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dambala is a Loa god.
Chucky.
Adedue Dambala means Dambala, listen to me or hear me or something. It's something like that.
Grant me the power, I beg of you.
Yeah. Well, that's what he says after.
You are running. Are the rest of you running as well?
Yes.
And if
Yeah.
so, for how long?
I guess as long as till we start getting
Just keep
exhaustion
going.
points.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll take exhaustion. I will keep running. I have 14 con. I can run a decent amount for a wizard.
Yeah,
I'll hoof it down the road.
I got 16. If somebody starts falling
We need
behind,
horses, honestly. I wish I had Phantom Steed.
and for terms of Minotaurs don't have the thing of terms of picking up and carrying shit. You're one size higher.
I don't think they have powerful.
No, they don't. Oh well. Pretty sure you still have enough
They
strength.
would, honestly, but
Well, they're only 6 foot.
they're only 6 feet tall, giant,
yeah, but-
muscly minotaur people.
Yeah, but the things that get powerful build are like bugbears, which are 7.5 to 8
Goliaths.
feet tall. Goliaths, which are like straight up 8 feet tall.
Centaurs.
Centaurs, which are centaurs. Like,
Yeah, there's a line in the sand, clearly.
yeah, it's clearly at like the 7.5 foot line when you start hitting the powerful build requirement. And before there's something that's like 5 feet tall and it's powerful build. And I'm like, oh, this is full of shit.
You run continuously. Still, the road seems unchanging, the fog on either side unyielding. The oppressive, dark feeling of the forest refuses to leave you, even after the bloodshed has. You run for what seems like hours more before you come to the first true landmark of the lands of Barovia. A gate, wrought iron, tall, sturdy, with 2 carvings of helmeted guards, both of which are now headless.
Guys, Dullahan, go. I'm also pretty sure they can't take damage from weapons either.
Are the gates closed?
The gates are closed
Yeah.
until you're within 5 feet of them, where they open, seemingly on their own.
Okay, I am gonna.
Sasha knows that this is the entrance proper to the lands of Barovia.
So is there like a town there, or?
Oh no, we still have more wilderness to go.
How much more wilderness?
Not too much more.
Would you say an hour?
An hour to a couple hours. Perhaps less if you are quick.
Okay, then at the gate, I'm going to take a second to, do I know the area around the gate to be, like, dangerous, or?
Only as dangerous as the rest of Barovia.
You could, a yes would have sufficed, by the way.
At the end of the combat, rage would have dropped. So I still have one more use until the next long rest.
I'm sorry, 1 sec. Siguror, you appear wounded. Are you okay?
If we come across more, maybe not. But I'll be damned if anybody else will go down.
How
Greila,
old are you?
2.
you are a
You
healer.
have 2 HP.
2 HP, yes.
You are a healer,
yeah.
you know?
I'm on it.
I would like to assist you myself, but I am no man of healing.
I'll cast Cure Wounds on you. So I'll touch him for heal.
While you are doing that, I would like to make preparations, if you do not mind.
So
4.
you heal for 7.
For the road ahead.
Thank you very, very much.
Tantir, Amistro ben Harzarta, Tantir, Manov Mishazen Sobar, Kanda, Kanda. And I cast False Life. I know everyone was expecting something a little more impressive than that. But, yeah, which is a D4.
I thought the person just took a drink.
What? No. It's a D4 plus...
Well, you learned something new today.
2? Pretty sure?
I gain 7 temporary hit points for an hour.
Alright.
So my hit point total, David, has increased from 8 to 15.
Nice.
Very snazzy.
Thank you.
Then I suppose after you heal...
Well, I don't feel I'm
No, not you. No, not you.
Oh,
You're
sorry,
fortifying
sorry.
yourself. I get you.
Well, I can't cast it on other people, otherwise I'd cast it on you. But
No, I remember. Remember my artificer, I had that, have the choice for that too.
okay.
Thank you. It's nice to know that we have a capable healer. Potentially.
Yeah. There's a limit to how much I can do this though, so don't get yourself killed.
I have a good amount of acquaintance with healers. The great one back home named Lofen.
I'll ask Sasha, where are we going?
Forward.
Forward where? What's forward?
What lay beyond, you know, is the Slavish woods.
The Slavish woods. They're as dangerous as the rest of Barovia, so you should keep on your toes. Or your talons, as it were. And your hooves.
Well, makes no
I'll stay on
sense.
my feet.
Makes no sense to be sticking around here then. Let's continue.
Yes, my preparations are done.
When you walk through the gates, they close behind you with a solitary clang.
On either side, is it just like a giant wall or is it just a forest?
It's wall that disappears into forest.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's both my spell slots. It's cantrips until I can get a short rest. Sorry, guys.
The gates just slam shut on their own? Or like they swing.
Yeah, if we're in werewolf country,
That's fine. That's less enemies behind us. For now.
I'll say.
I mean, I'll look at them, and I'm tempted to try to open them, but I'm not going to.
Barovia is not just a cursed place, but but they're magical places as well. Much of the architecture and the surrounding countryside have a sort of perverse magic of their own. The gate should not surprise you.
Well,
You will see other things like it.
I could do that myself. I have thaumaturgy, so I can just make doors slam shut.
I didn't know that.
It's a simple cantrip.
I will say,
Oh, you're saying that
it
in
appears
character?
to be so.
Yeah.
As you advance, the towering trees, whose tops are lost in heavy gray mist, block out all but a death gray light. The tree trunks are unnaturally close to one another, and the woods have the silence of a forgotten grave, yet exude the feeling of an unvoiced scream.
No, this place doesn't sound so nice.
And it gets better. For after a little less than an hour of travel, Greila picks up on something. The scent of death. It wafts, almost chidingly so, under her nose.
I'll say, I smell something wrong. Keep on your toes. I guess I'll say keep on your toes, but I'll pause when I look at Eden, the bird man. And I'll take.
Where is it coming from?
Do I know the
Yes.
direction?
It hangs very
ahead.
palpably in the air, and it does come, in fact, from ahead. Just slightly. In fact, it's relatively close.
If I'm reading the wind right, it's from ahead of us. I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna take my club out and have my shield
Maybe
ready.
10 feet away.
Jesus Christ, that close.
I'll send Susa ahead to take a look at the area. Susa.
Who in our group has dark vision?
Susa does.
Susa and me.
You send forth Susa.
I have no vision. I don't know what you're expecting.
I know that.
Min-
But you're a human anyway.
Minotaurs don't get dark vision.
Neither do
Who looks and
I don't think so, no.
thinks it spots the source of the smell. A humanoid shape lying crumpled roughly 10 feet away.
I'll approach cautiously. A little more confident now that I have my magic defenses up.
I won't let him go alone, so I'll approach as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a you two.
Yep.
You all follow the stench, cautiously, though together. The foul scent leads you to what appears to be a human corpse, half buried in the underbrush. It is that of a young man, and his drab clothes appear to be that of a commoner. His muddy clothes are torn and raked with claw marks. Crows
Whatever did that?
have been at the body, which is surrounded by paw prints. The man appears to have obviously been dead for several days and holds a crumpled envelope in one hand.
I'll take the envelope.
I'll look at the body. I'd like to roll medicine on it, if at all possible, taking over Susa's senses to get a look over the body.
Sure.
Does it need to be pulled the rest of the way out of the ground before I can get a good look at it?
I couldn't hurt.
Okay, then I will ask. Chelsea, give me like 2 or 3 sessions. I'll have them down.
They have their new names.
Siguror, Siguror, will you help me with the movement?
Hopefully this one goes better.
We shall see. Okay.
Do I need much with 18 strength?
Rips the arm off the
No.
corpse.
However, you do hear like a popping, snapping sound as you pull it forth from the
That's fucking
ground.
gross.
Its left leg now hanging out of socket once you have removed it.
Ah! It was stuck? Huh.
How unusual.
The body's old. You think it's just strength that did it.
Immense rigor mortis.
Rigor mortis goes away after a while.
Oh, it does, right?
Yeah, it's only when it's recently dead.
23 on my medicine check to look over the body.
You look over the body. Is there something in particular that you are looking for?
Just cause of death, anything unusual about the body, but more specifically what might have killed him. I'm guessing some sort of like wolves, but I should be able to tell the difference between wolf and werewolf marks or some other kind of creature. I'll follow it up with a lore check of some. Basically, I want to find out what killed this
Person?
this man, like what it could be.
You inspect it. The body is mangled. It's going to take a bit. You take the letter. The paper is flimsy and warm, and it is sealed with a B.
Just like a regular bee? Not like intricate or like a family crest or anything?
It's a little fancy.
I guess
Being
I'll...
set into a wax seal implies some level of importance.
How bright is it? Like, if I hold it up, I know it's foggy everywhere, but if I hold it up, can I, like, see through it at all, or do I need to actually open it?
When you hold it up to the light, you
There
cannot
is no light.
discern its contents. You can feel that there's something inside, but you can't see through the envelope.
Is there a role to identify the sigil that's used to seal it?
I have the light cantrip. Can I, like, cast it on my club and hold it behind it to, like, look inside? Because you said there's something in it. Does that mean something other than a letter?
No, I was implying that there is a letter inside.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Never mind, I'll just open it and read it. If it's in something I can read.
Dear players, this body is cursed, and you will die for touching it.
Also, make a dex save.
Inspecting
It could be worse. It could be make a strength save.
Inspecting the body, you are certain that this man was a victim of both wolf and werewolf attack.
So, werewolves in wolf form?
Vicious indeed.
You know both. Against
Greil removes the letter and finds a letter that reads, "Hail to thee of might and valor. I, a lowly servant of Barovia, send honor to thee. We plead for thy so desperately needed assistance. The love of my life, Irina Kloyana, has been afflicted by an evil so deadly that even the good people of our village cannot protect her. She languishes from her wound, and I would have her saved from this menace. There is much wealth in this community. I offer all that might be had to thee and thy fellows, if thou shalt but answer my desperate plea. Come quickly, for her time is at hand. All that I have shall be thine." And it is signed Koyan Indovich, Burgomaster.
I'll read it aloud.
Can I roll history? Is that anyone important? Or simply, I would also ask something, do I know them?
A known scribe for some royal.
16.
You know that the letter, should the signature be genuine, belongs to the headmaster of Barovia.
Huh.
Or of...
Headmaster.
Is that different
I'm
from
not
a mayor?
familiar with that term outside of like a school.
Yeah.
I'm saying it because it says Burgomaster, and I'm unfamiliar with that term.
Is that different than like a baron or a
In particular, the village of Barovia, which is on this very path.
So okay. So
The head leader,
he's like
I guess?
one of
So
the
he's like a
leaders.
mayor or like the major domo?
Basically.
Okay.
Okay. Well, he's... well, this guy's dead. This clearly is not that guy.
This is probably just his messenger.
Right.
Yeah.
Then who was it for?
The messenger didn't even make it.
Do I
to
know
the
who
gate that
Irina
we
is?
came for.
Like, is that a name I recognize?
Vaguely.
Who was the letter like addressed to on the outside? Because this guy couldn't have just been taking it anywhere willy-nilly. There must have been somewhere specifically he was taking it.
There is no address on the outside. However, it does make an open plea to adventurers.
It's probably something to be stuck on a notice board.
Uh,
Well, it seems a little bit more important than just be stuck on a notice board.
well, with this guy, we're trapped here anyway, right?
If this Irina does need help, we should offer it.
Yeah,
Assuming we can reach Barovia.
that is true.
This man was attacked by werewolves. They appear to be fairly numerous in this area, so we should hurry along lest we meet the same fate.
There's a very distant howl after you.
I think we're just moving at that point.
I heard you the first time, you dick.
I think we're just moving at this point.
Yeah, let's just go. I'm not gonna bother to bury this guy.
Not enough time.
Yeah, I gotta worry about myself.
We can always take him with us.
I don't want to.
You
Might be a little awkward to store. It's true, you can.
David, an adventurer's backpack magically has enough space, as much space as it needs to have.
Oh, also,
Sure.
do we still need these bones?
Yeah, we still plan on burying.
Right. Okay.
The messenger didn't even make it to the gate, though. That's not a good sign for us.
Yeah, let's you know, how about instead of trying to hurry up, let's see if we can maybe lose them and try going a little slower, making some stealth checks.
I could also try using survival to hide our trail,
If you ask
If-
him, not me.
if that would be acceptable.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'm just gonna roll
Can I help
stealth
him?
and
Because I also have survival.
What's yours at? Yours is
You
probably
may as
higher. What is yours? Yours is probably higher.
Mine, I get a +6 to it.
I will be assisting you in doing so.
Alright.
Alright.
oh, actually, can I use my knowledge of history and the fact that I'm from Barovia to
I got
maybe pick a
advantage,
better,
so-
safer, or faster path through the maybe nature instead of history? Maybe both. I don't know.
Be closer to nature than history.
Okay.
I got a 25 for the survival check.
I got a 10 for that nature check. Yeah, well, sometimes you roll bad.
I'm curious. In character, what should you be doing?
Covering our tracks. Like, I'll take, like, if there's any kind of vegetation around, I'll take it and, like, swish it along the ground, kind of remove footprints or something like that.
Alright.
And other things. I can't really get rid of our smell, unfortunately, if we leave the smell behind us. So just removing footprints.
Being well versed in the realm of animals and of nature, you know certain hindrances that other predators have to face, and take inspiration from that.
Dare you enter my nature realm?
I rolled a 15. I was actually going to be assisting him in trying to make it look like a fake trail, like we're going a different way, like
you
taking
wanna
some
use
blood from previous wounds to like mark some trees to make it look like we're trying to go somewhere that's not the path.
You move forward through more of the Slavic woods until you come to a large, vast river. A river that flows as clear as the blue winter sky through the valley. Sasha recognizes this, and that you're fairly close to the city of Barovia.
Okay.
For the rest of you, it is a beautiful example of nature, even here, amongst the dark.
It was nice.
Little-
Especially compared to the trees before.
The evil trees.
A little while later, somewhere around an hour, maybe a little less,
Oh,
lest you
my
stop.
buff is gone. Oh well. It's not that big a deal. I just thought we might get attacked on the road again.
Sneak attack for 12 damage.
Why? Like right after it wears off, like the wolves were just like,
soon.
wait for it. No.
As soon as it wore off.
Hey, you gotta pick it. You gotta pick it wise.
How long does it take the cast whilst live? Just an action?
Yeah. Even though the actual thing is pretty long, but the actual thing is longer. They do the thing all over like the upper part of their body.
Oh, there's like an actual thing that tells you what the thing is for the spell?
Well, no. I'm referring to some of the art in a 3.5 source book that showed false life being cast on someone, and they had their shirt off and they were having runes written on them in alcohol, and it was like all over their torso and their arms and their face and stuff. And I was like, that's cool, and I've always liked how that looks.
It seems kind of obvious, though.
But you can put your stuff back on after.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Eventually, the muddy road turns to gravel, and houses, tall houses, dark as tombstones, emerge from the seemingly endless mists. Nestled among the solemn dwellings are a handful of closed-up shops. Even the tavern, as you pass through, is shut tight.
Oh, damn.
And like closed or
Like the doors and doors.
Closed.
Like, yeah.
no. I mean, I don't understand. Shut up. I mean, closed. Like no lights, no nothing. Like, it's
The eerie,
dead.
all-encompassing silence of what is presumably a lived-in town is only broken by a whimpering sound, heard a little ways in.
That's not good.
I'm gonna send
Investigate.
Sousa to scout the town before we get too far in and get surrounded by anything.
I
I can roll perception if you want.
according to
And I'm
like
gonna have her try to look for the sound of the noise, specifically what she's doing. Excuse me, what she's doing. So 21 on Sousa's perception.
I know that that it doesn't like follow a normal. Well, I know that it's foggy and stuff, but is it at all possible to tell how long, like what time during the day it is at all? Like, because we've been traveling for a while, right?
You have
3.5 hours.
No, more than that, because it took us 3
about
hours.
6 hours.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Tired of walking.
yeah.
This is bullshit.
And while it is difficult to tell with the overcast sky, if you had to guess based on time versus when you went to bed and waking up, it's probably around late afternoon.
Okay.
Sosa finds the village quite lifeless, save for a pair of small children out in the open, a little ways in, around where the sound seems to be coming from. It's a little boy and a little girl, and the little boy is crying.
I will say to the others, Sousa has found 2 survivors, a little boy and a little girl. We should hurry.
I'm not gonna charge, but
Yeah. I will quicken pace to try to find these children.
Okay. I'll keep up with that. Obviously, I assume the brother's man soon as can.
Your footsteps are quite loud, contrasting with the silence. Very quickly,
A quick question: how long would it take to reach where the kids are? Would you say like a minute, or close to like 10 minutes? Or less than either of those?
Like 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay, never mind that.
In short order, you find what Susa saw. 2 small children. A boy and a girl. The boy is shorter, a little portly. The girl is tall and thin, at least for her age. Both appear quite young. They stand out in the open, though as you approach, the little girl shushes her brother, though they do not run or retreat from you.
I will approach, and I will say to the 2 of them, "Hello, child. Child, what are you doing here?"
The boy buries his face in the girl's side. The girl says, "We're outside because there's a monster in our house." And she points to a brick house 2 feet away.
What sort of monster?
We haven't seen it. We just hear it from below. It's very scary.
Where are your parents?
The boy turns and she hugs him close. We don't know. They disappeared.
How long
Like
ago?
that.
How long ago did your parents disappear?
I'm not sure. It was a long time ago.
And the town?
No one else will take you in? You're just on your own in the house now?
Does anything look weird
seem
or
odd.
off about them? Besides them just, being kids in the middle of a town by themselves?
Yeah.
Is anything look
something
off?
striking me as off, yeah.
Do you want to give me a investigation roll?
I would like to give
investigation
it
or
an
You want to
insight?
investigation roll.
scrutinize them?
Would that be insight or investigation?
I would say investigation because you're looking at
13?
them, you're I don't know what.
I'm going to give him a once over too. And I got a 13 on my investigate.
8. I don't have it.
You squint at the children. And you squint harder.
Susa.
Susa, you squint harder. Nobody knows that I can't see. Susa squints moderately hard.
Where's your
So I'm
familiar?
giving him a visual once over, right?
Yeah.
So
So.
my familiar gets advantage on perception checks that have to involve sight. However, since I'm doing arguably a investigation check that is mostly involving sight, would you argue that I can get advantage on that as well? Since I'm just looking, I'm not
Interrogating.
well, because investigation can be a lot of things. It can be reading stuff in books and gathering information.
Finding tucked away
just
places.
a visual scan. Could you argue that because the thing that gives them the advantage on perception checks is called keen hearing and sight? So basically, I'm asking, will Susa's keen sight allow me to investigate the children better? It's fine if not.
No, I'm just thinking. And I think I will actually say no.
You bastard, how dare you say that? But yeah, 13. 13's what I got on investigate.
All right. For
Got like an 8.
you and Sosa, technically, nothing seems to be amiss with them.
Okay.
Then I would throw out, do not worry, children. We will look into the monster situation. We'll make sure you are not left alone.
I would say not yet. Perhaps we should take them aside and see exactly what's going on.
The girl speaks up. Oh, won't you please? Right now? One of us is still inside. We couldn't get him.
Who?
Our baby brother.
Are they?
Baby,
Are they?
Huh.
Doing what they're doing? David, because if they are, I am incredibly suspicious.
Well, I mean, yeah, I
Because
have a
they're like-
character trait of suspicious of everybody, but
That
hey.
was involuntary.
Oh, okay,
That
because
was-
like if they're looking
I
at
was-
you like that, I'm like,
I'm gonna say to
you
them,
little
we
shits
will
alive.
save your brother, but we must make a preparation first. Greila will take care of you in the meantime. Just one moment. I'm gonna ritual cast detect magic because this whole situation seems incredibly suspicious.
Oh, come on, what could be suspicious? The entire town isn't here during midday.
No
There's
one's
just
willing
2
to help these
children.
fucking kids.
There's
Hey, late.
Well, I'm more weird about how they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, our baby brother's in there, and it's like, really? Because you don't seem all that broken up about it.
yeah.
Only one of them is crying, yeah, but also if their parents were missing for a long ass time, wouldn't someone have taken them in or like sent them to a
Maybe
fucking
everyone else is
orphanage?
dead? I don't know what the hell.
Well, they also said they've been here for a long time, so.
Anyway, yeah, it takes 10 minutes to ritual cast a spell, so just noting that. But at the end of it, if nothing has interrupted me in the meantime, I will have
During that,
cast detect magic.
I suppose during that, we can pull the children away from the house. And the boy seems distressed.
Yes,
I was about to bite your fucking
very much
face
so.
off.
Hey, maybe, but then I will pull out. I guess. Suppose quietly pull up a pan flute and play like quietly, so it's not like a big ass performance, but I don't know. Try and set them at ease, I guess.
Do your best. Starting to play the pan flute.
Started with an instrument with the Far Traveler and a proficient in it.
Sasha begins his ritual cast.
Oh no, sorry, horn. Never mind.
Magic.
Detect magic.
Detect magic.
I don't
She has
know if you
horn,
identify.
not pan flute. Did I? Am I
However,
being dumb? I think I'm being dumb.
shortly after he has begun,
Horn. Yeah, I'm being dumb.
the village itself starts to be invaded by the mists from outside. They start creeping aggressively, as if to grasp you all in its dark clutches.
Well, no, it looks like we don't really have much of a choice.
Well, do we want to go into that brick building with the monster, or
No. That is a very stupid idea.
tavern?
Is there another?
And yet, the mist moves contrary to your motivations. It approaches from all sides, with the exception of the house.
It's fucking hurting
Huh.
us. It's fucking hurting us.
How surprising! Also, fuck you, Mist. That's bullshit.
Fucking fog bank my ass.
Well, concerning for all, especially Sasha.
Are we
For
going
to
in,
Sasha's knowledge, the mist does not have a mind of its own.
Yeah.
Though, time can change evil as well as good.
And like, just for ballpark, how quickly? Like 2 squares a turn, 3 squares a turn, a square a turn?
Do I know of any way to slow the
Rapidly.
mist?
Okay.
I'm gonna cast light on my shield so that my shield lights the fuck up.
I'm gonna
Within the
continue
next
casting.
2 minutes, it will be upon you.
I'm not gonna break my casting, but I will start walking towards the house.
I'm casting light
Technically,
on
I'm
my shield,
actually fine. I could just stay out here in the mist, but
and before we walk inside,
See,
you guys can't.
well, yeah, it's probably the mist. So we know we cannot be in the mist. That we should not be
You
in the
should
mist.
ask him, not
So-
me.
No.
We do not know that. Okay, I just don't know how long we were at the campfire and
Mists
how
are
long we talked.
mentioned, but nobody directly says in their legends that the mist does anything. other
I'll
than trap
motion
people.
towards the others, towards the house as I continue chanting.
Okay.
However,
I will.
the mist, seemingly sprung to life, is now advancing towards you, which I would hope would not be a good sign.
All right, I'll grab the kids, I suppose.
you're gonna get fucking eaten. I'm just saying.
I'm just scrutinized from what they said. I haven't noticed anything actually, but
All right.
no, out of character. Oh no, I'm fucking expecting
How much
something.
time is left in his casting? Is he gonna finish before the mist gets us?
No,
Or-
that's why I'm walking
No?
towards the house.
Oh, well, I'm gonna cast light on my shield, so it'll shed bright light within 20 feet and dim light for another 4 or 20 feet after that. I can see in the dark, but it's just for anybody else. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna cast Shillelagh on my fucking club before I go in. Neither are concentration; they don't conflict with each other.
Nice.
And I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy to make the doors and windows all slam open on the fucking house if they're not locked.
That's cool.
Oh, you have a spell that unlocks things.
No. If
No.
they're not locked, they'll just slam open.
Yeah.
Is there not a range to that?
I mean, it's within range since we're walking into the
Kind of
fucking
a big
house.
house.
30 feet.
Yeah.
But just any of them that were within that range,
Oh.
I'm making them all.
I
Everything
was
not
just
locked
curious
within
for
30
context.
feet is just thrown
It's
open.
the cantrip, though. It doesn't take any of my spell slots.
You back up
Oh, these cantrips.
as you continue. You prepare, presumably following.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going in the house. So.
Yeah, follow. Crack follows.
Ushering the
Sorry.
Yeah, ushering the
Does
kids.
his best
the fucking name.
to start hurting the children, who, when you do so, like, resist a little bit. Like, they give the house, like, fearful glances, but your strength is too much for them.
You ain't staying out here.
Yeah, let's bring them to the monster. I mean, that would be
I
best.
think these kids are the monster.
Wait,
There is no way that these kids aren't the fucking
The little boy, like, makes a particular point of struggling. No, the monster!
Fucking
The
twins from The
monster!"
Shining.
But the, you know,
No, the
your big beefy minotaur arm.
I'm convinced these kids are the girl from Let the Right One In. It was taking me a second to remember the name of the movie.
I remember that movie. I remember seeing it.
Which one, the original or the remake?
You all
was it
Pretty
in
sure
English?
the original.
Was it in English?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the remake.
That's the remake.
Oh.
The original is in like fucking Swedish or some shit.
It's also really good.
If the kid's saying anything, I'll tell him silence. Whisper silence.
The kid is a little taken aback, and then buries his head again. Said, "Nah." The gate that would be in your way like flies open per your spell. The mist continues to move in. You back.
That means the door wasn't locked.
You continue
Yeah, that was
backing
weird.
up until you are at the entrance to the house. The mist, for a moment, seems like it's going to chase you, and then stops.
Yeah, it's not. And
But stays.
I'm pretty sure.
Clearly my
dingy
false
curtain.
Clearly my false life summoned the Kandarian demon, and that's why the fog is following us now.
No, I wonder if it was the. Okay, that would be funny if it was the detect magic. That was drawing it in.
What the fog just reacts to magic. That would be. That would honestly, actually, that'd be kind of neat because we would be spooking ourselves the entire time. So.
Once we're inside, do I finish casting the spell, or is stuff still happening in the meantime?
No.
Okay, once the spell is finished, I will finish my focusing and chanting by intoning Sio, Didishi, Pecto, and activate my detect magic. And I will basically everything within 30 feet of me.
Mm-hmm.
I determine if it's magical, what school of magic it is magical, and it lasts for 10 minutes. So with that, I'm going to start going around and
So it's a thing that radiates from you.
Yes, it is a 30-foot
Okay.
radius from me of magic detection. Specifically, for the duration you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of yourself. If you sense magic in this way, you can use the action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn school of magic, if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, an inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood and dirt. So, by moving around the house, it should give me a decent range of magic detecting ability. I'll also explain to the others. It says, I have opened my senses to the arcane. If there is anything of magic around, I will be able to sense it.
If there's a fireplace,
we should look and
I think he'll
see
be
exactly the nature of this monster.
I think even without looking through his owl's eyes, he should know where I am. And too, since I got
shillelagh and light.
Yeah,
he'll know where I am without looking.
Right, I should sense the magic from that and any other magic. Now, I'm going to turn my magic detecting eyes on the kids. Is there anything weird about them?
Yes.
Yeah?
Turning towards the children, you see wispy puffs of ether trailing from them as you focus upon them. They are no mere children. They are not here at all.
Fucking ghosts.
Oh, they're illusions!
You also behold the horrible, roaring, screaming visage of a terrible, terrible phantom structure upon the house. The very house itself crackles with a sinister energy.
Oh, I thought he was about to say the house is an illusion itself. Okay.
You feel within traces of the darkest magics.
Is there a
Should
school?
you cross the threshold, this house itself will be pitted against you.
Okay. What is the threshold?
Wait, shouldn't we
Is
just...
that the door that we just walked through?
Well, the door that you are currently on. The mist
additionally,
stops
I'm
in
going
like
to turn
a front
back.
patio type area.
Is the mist an illusion?
No.
Is the mist magical? We're being warped by magic?
In a sense.
Huh.
Because I was hoping maybe the mist was an illusion and that...
That would be a clever ass illusion.
Yeah, it would be. Damn, however, it is not an illusion. I can't dispel it because
The
I don't have
mist
dispel
remains
magic.
grim and impenetrable as ever.
We should still just go back.
Do you say anything about the kids?
The mist will kill you. And no, I'm...
Okay.
Okay, so the
No,
kids
just wondering.
are illusions.
Currently cowering and putting on a brave face in the crook of your Minotaur companion's arm.
It's too bad you can't just dispel them. Be gone, kids.
Is there a fireplace nearby in this room?
Sorry. We're still at the door.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to basically shove my hand through the child and move it to reveal it being an illusion before saying to the others they are a trick and this whole house is a trap.
You see your companion thrust his hand into which child? Just out of curiosity.
Well, I'm going to go
The
through
tall
both
one?
of them, but I'll start with the tall child and then tear it through the smaller child.
Into the tall child, who immediately, in front of your eyes, disintegrates. comprised of mist itself, as does the second child. Punctuating Sasha's remark.
Illusions, magical liars.
Fortunately, the mist is not an illusion, and it will kill you if you attempt to cross. It appears as if we have no place to go but in the house. But my magic detections are detecting evil most foul.
Wait, do we
So
know if
this
the mist will
whole
kill us?
house will attack us upon us
He's
entering.
telling you that.
If you have any preparations to make, I would make them now. Also, perhaps it would be prudent to attempt to rest before entering. As long as the mist does not approach onto this... Are we on like a patio?
Currently, yes.
As long as the
A patio
mist
type.
does not approach the patio, then we can make an attempt to rest before entering.
If it is as dark as you say, why not just destroy it?
It is brick. I'm not capable of burning it.
Hey, David. Is there
What
anything
kind of magic? Oh, sorry.
Is there anything to throw or any object small enough to throw? Let's say a good distance.
You could switch and flick the shit out of it.
On the
If Crab punches down, he finds a small piece of dislodged brick.
alright. I'm gonna motion. I'm gonna throw it at the mist to see if anything happens. Motion and companion. See if anyone says anything.
I'll say it's fine.
Fine.
I do not think you'll agitate it any.
Yeah.
Out of character, let's have reason to believe it's the mist.
Agitate the shit out of that mist!
Alright, I need you to reach down, grab that stick, and agitate the hell out of this snake!
I don't fucking know. Maybe there's
Fuck
something.
that.
Maybe there's something in
I
the
think he says
mist.
screw that, but whatever.
Maybe there's something in the mist, or maybe the mist is the danger.
After getting his comrade's attention, Crack throws the piece of brick into the mist. It swirls upon contact as it travels through. It disappears from sight, and you hear it land, clattering against pavement.
Oh.
You dicked out the rocks in my house!
Are we gonna rest?
So no.
Yeah, I think we should take a short.
Side?
I think we should take a short rest. Well, the thing is, with a short rest, you'd be able to regain. You'd be able to spend one of your hit dice to maybe get back up to full HP, and I'd be able to regain one of my spell slots. Because if we go in right now, I only have cantrips and ritual cast spells. I won't have anything else. That's why I'm suggesting we might take a.
That's fine with me.
Might be
I
a
won't
good
get anything
idea.
Back, except for maybe burning a hit dice.
Even down hit points? Okay, well then yeah. Two people are injured and I'm out of spell slots, so I think we should take a short rest, if at all possible, before we head in.
You may.
Okay.
Sounds fine.
During that short rest, I'm going to use my alchemical tools to make an alchemy item. Because that's something you can do.
Yeah.
At least I think you can do it during a short rest.
I do believe I only take one.
Do tell, or rather, once you've made sure that you can do it during your short rest, do tell what you are making.
It's either going to be another thing of oil or a thing of alchemical fire.
You have enough components for that?
Mhm.
Damn. I was just trying to move stuff out of the way of it.
But
Sorry.
I need extra stuff to launch with catapult, because why would you not?
Just pick up rocks from the ground.
Well, yeah, but if I do it with alchemy items, they do extra damage.
Mm.
Because they do the effect of the yeah, you see? That's why I picked catapult.
So the mist is around the place, but it's not coming in, so we can go around the house if we wanted to, or not.
It is close enough to the walls that you could not go around.
Well, to be fair, I can't start a fire with firebolt, but one thing I can do for being proficient with alchemical tools is I can start a fire. So if you guys want, I could just try to light the house on fire. See if that solves the problem for us, but I don't think that's gonna work.
Especially since we can't run. supposedly.
Yeah.
Something wants to
If the
risk
house is
and
gone,
dies.
the mist might close in on us too, and then we have nowhere to go.
Well, I'd be fine, but yeah, you guys would be kind of fucked.
So,
Never mind. It's as part of a long rest.
yeah.
Lame. So I cannot make. Okay.
Perhaps later.
Yeah.
And
Unfortunately,
what is
it's,
a short rest? Is literally just everybody just sitting down and resting, right? It's not like
Yeah.
sleeping or napping and stuff.
Nope. It's just sitting down and catching your breath for an hour.
Quite a dour rest. Perhaps somewhat awkward on the precipice of a house malevolent.
Why even throw out the illusionist kids if the mist is just gonna force you into the house anyway?
To get you close to the house.
To try and get us to go in willingly, I suppose.
Well, there's that you might go in without being super suspicious of the house, but there's also maybe it wanted to draw you close to the house, because if it started closing in on us and we weren't close to the house, we might have tried going into a different building. Or maybe it takes time. I don't know.
Yeah, it probably takes time.
Everybody has one hit die to start.
Yeah. So you roll a d12 and add your con modifier. That's how much you heal for. Yeah.
D12, of course.
And fucking barbarian bullshit.
It definitely knows.
It's the only reason he lived.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
In the
Oh,
fight,
yeah.
in the
Literally,
hey,
if
3
he had
werewolves who can't
Literally,
take
if he had
damage
a
from you.
D10, he would be dead. He lived by 2.
You healed
She's
for
a
5.
Plus, yeah. That's
5
that's
plus your con
14.
modifier, I believe, actually.
No,
isn't it?
2 plus his con modifier.
Yeah, I rolled a
Plus
2.
5.
Oh.
So you healed
7.
for 5, which should put you up to 14, which means
Yeah.
you're only 1 HP off.
Yep.
I can actually heal you for that 1 HP, but I'd rather save it
Yeah, no, save it.
with the
And
healing.
did you spend your hit dice?
I did.
Did you heal all the way? Okay. Cool. Me and this guy. Me
And
Crap
I'm
were lucky.
pretty sure I got my rage, and I'm pretty sure I got my missing rage point back because you restore them between long and short rests.
Solemn and silent, the time slowly passes, like grains of sand through an hourglass.
So are the days of our lives.
Eventually you have restored yourselves, somewhat,
Yeah.
and are capable of venturing forth.
Draw
He took
and
that spear. Does anyone want the spear before going? He took it.
I'm proficient in it, but
I'm pretty sure.
I have a longsword.
Okay.
Pretty sure
No,
it's
spear
not-
you can throw.
Yeah, I got javelins and hand axes. I mean, I don't know if the damage is significantly different.
No, I don't think so. It's just, I don't think he's gonna use the spear.
I mean, you can take it if you want to back up, in case your spear breaks.
I suppose.
I will draw longsword and
I might cast my stuff again.
Sing.
Fairy and light. On
Yeah,
my
I'll
shield
also
before-
re-bring up detect magic before I go in, taking the 10 minutes to.
Alright, that's fine.
evoking.
Oh, actually, I'll do 2.
While he does that, bring up sword and invokes Tyr's name and hope for victory over the house, I suppose. I mean, that's weird to say, but I can't really.
Are you invoking Tyr loud?
Yeah, I kind of have to.
Then I'll reach into. I'll reach and pull my holy symbol on the end of the chain and hold it up and be like, "Ah, a brother in the righteous worship of Tyr. Excellent.
Tis the same Tyr we speak of.
The maimed? Yes. My master taught me to worship the just God from a young age.
Just and strategic. Still a great warrior.
Yes, yes, he is, despite the loss of his hand and eyes.
It was actually just hand. It was Odin who lost his eyes. I.
Out of character, no? Tyr doesn't have eyes.
No, He does. He never TYR.
Yeah, TYR. In D&D doesn't have eyes.
Oh, in D&D.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Tyr has no eyes, and that's why my character worships him, because he's blind.
Huh. You know, I actually forgot to look into how D&D translated Tyr instead of me just going off of, this is real Tyr. So it's exactly the crossover.
No.
Okay.
D&D
You can check it out
is
for
as
next
real
week.
as our world tier, unless you believe tier is not.
Well, no. It's just, the actual Tyr isn't blind. The only thing he has is he gave up his hand
he's just saying.
No, I get you. All right, then scrap that and yeah. All right.
Oh, funny! I didn't know you were gonna pick Tyr for your character.
Cautiously, the group.
Well, yeah, that's why I
crosses
have
the
the.
threshold.
I actually have
I will recast my detect magic with my CO to DC Pecto, but I will also conjure up my unseen servant, Facio Voco Fere. And I create an invisible, mindless, shapeless medium force that performs simple tasks at your command until the spell ends. Basically, I have a remote interactor with stuff. So I can use it to like pull stuff over, bring stuff to me, step on traps.
All right. Obviously, I mean, I know you're blind, but I have the Taiwas tattooed on over one of his eyes. His symbol, which is just the up arrow.
Yeah.
It is worth noting that as Sasha conjures his unseen servant, something happens that has not happened before. It comes into existence, but as it does so, there's a loud shriek that emanates from the space where it manifests unseen. As you cast, you feel a shiver, as if the very place itself has seeped into your own magics and twisted them to something more aesthetically pleasing.
What? Well, it's formless shape. How is it aesthetically pleasing?
I guess Barovia makes your spells spooky.
Out of character, usually there's not a loud shriek when you cast this.
Cast unseen servant, but now there is, yeah.
Huh.
So this place is making my unseen servant shriek loudly when it appears, because...
Boy, I hope it doesn't do that every time you tell it to do something.
Fetch me my glass!
Only time will tell.
Oh my god, this is the worst.
Fucking hell.
Advancing across the threshold, you find yourself in a small receiving area.
Okay.
This small receiving area is dark, unlit, though oil lamps hang from the ceiling by chains.
Cute.
Are they lamps or lanterns?
I'll cast Thaumaturgy and
Lamps.
make them light. I think I can do that.
Are they removable? Or not really?
You reach up,
Wait.
you just yank it on up.
Well, I mean, if I wanted to, I could probably rip it off the wall, but
I can't do that. Never mind, don't worry.
I don't know if
Can't
it's
light
like
those.
like the scones that you slip into the wall and you can just pull them out, or are they affixed?
A hefty tug and some broken glass later, you're able to confirm that they are not supposed to come out.
Why are you breaking shit?
So we have a torch or a light.
We already have a light. My shield is like in blazing it up in here. It's not burning, but it's cast bright light in 20 feet.
That's one
I
light.
essentially have a huge flashlight strapped to my arm.
That's one light.
Okay, but it's a light that's in 20 feet around us.
In addition to the very curious lanterns, on the southernmost wall of the hall hangs a shield emblazoned with a coat of arms that resembles a stylized windmill in a red field.
Is the shield magic?
It is not. though it is flanked by framed portraits of stony-faced aristocrats.
Is it an actual shield or is it just like decorative? Like if invest in looking it over, does it look like it could be used?
It's a little difficult to tell.
I said just
It looks like a normal shield, but you'd have to.
I'll have my unseen servant go
Inspect
over,
slash mess
pick
with
it
it.
up, and bring it and see if anything happens, because maybe it's like trapped or something.
Maybe. Does it scream when he tells Siguror?
It does not.
Okay.
Maybe it's just when he summons it.
The shield is hoisted into the air by unseen hands and then brought over for your inspection. And upon closer inspection, it appears to be decoration. You can tell from the back that it's a little too thin.
Just throw it down, I
I was
guess.
hoping for an AC increase.
Well, for him, it would be definitely good.
Yeah. He's way squishier than
There's
the
little else
monk.
in this room,
Just so he-
save for mahogany-framed double doors at the end of the hallway.
Rich folk wasting
Check it out.
material.
I'll use the
Throw
thing
it to this.
again to make the door open if it's not locked.
Oh, yeah, it's a
I'll
cantrip.
just
You
keep
can just
doing it.
keep doing that. Huh.
And
It seems that it is not locked and is all too easily thrust open.
good, because that means I don't have to fucking open the doors myself. I just open doors within 30 feet of myself.
Revealing
that is like the most petty abuse of magic.
I don't give a shit. Would you rather be right there? on the other side?
Okay,
I'm just saying
but I
it's
could-
kind of funny.
I could also see that being very funny. Like somebody who's not super good at magic, they only have cantrips, and they're like their child yells at them, storms off, and slams the
I
door.
can make a door shut too, so if my child tried to run off, I could be like, no, bitch. And then shut the door. We're not done here.
Stupid.
Yeah,
Oh, you're fucking Matildaing shit.
I guess so, but with divine magic, not with fucking...
Psychic powers.
Yeah. I can also make the ground shake, another weird, and like my voice 3 times as loud. Or like make flames flicker.
That's all the
Change
same
color?
fucking cantrip?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, you can make
Every,
your voice loud.
Every main school of magic has a cantrip that's kind of just like do stuff.
Yeah.
For clerics, it's
Thaumaturgy.
thaumaturgy. For druid, it's druidcraft, and for wizard, sorcerers, and warlocks, it's prestidigitation.
Yeah. He can make his food taste better if he wants. Like he doesn't have to eat he'll be eating our peasant food with us, but he'll be like, my food tastes so much better than yours. Ugh.
These rations were made
Look at I
today.
spent all these
I
years
can also make your
studying.
guys' food taste worse if I just want to spite you.
Yeah. I mean, I used druidcraft in D&D to make Jeff, or in the other game to make Jeff smell like a skunk for a while. Like a skunk sprayed him.
I can also change the color of people's clothing.
Ah,
I am a great magician.
Yeah.
Your clothes are red.
I can change.
level 1 wizard, level 19 monk.
I can change my eyes, but for some reason, like that's the only illusionary thing I can do is change how my eyes look.
Thrusting the doors open, you reveal
I can make noise too.
a much larger hall. It runs the width of the house and contains a black marble fireplace.
Whoever
Been
built this
mounted.
evil house, at least is rich.
Mounted above the fireplace is a longsword, which, with your enchantment that's up, you determine is not magical.
Okay.
But it's there. There are also wood-paneled walls that are ornately sculpted with images of vines, flowers, nymphs, and satyrs.
They got good taste.
And there is a red marble staircase at the other end.
Sid, fuck him. There's a text.
Okay, so the room has a staircase, a long sword, and a
A fireplace.
fireplace.
Is this the
The long sword
fireplace?
mounted over the fireplace.
Is this the fireplace?
Do I detect anything magic about the room as I move in with my detect magic up?
No.
Okay, then
Is this the fireplace, or?
let's give the room a look around in case
Yeah.
there's anything in here.
Let me check. I don't think so.
Okay.
I'll have Susa look, because their perception is better than mine.
Susa flies up to the fireplace and then hears walking and she's happy. I'm just joking.
I believe
Susa got a 9.
is the fireplace right here.
Are we all rolling perception?
Only if you want.
Oh, I'm rolling it.
I mean, the roll with advantage due to being an owl.
Yeah, I did.
Oh
She
shit.
rolled a 1 and then a 6.
26.
I got a what?
26. It's a natural 20. So.
I got my base.
Okay.
What a
Well.
crack at.
I wasn't gonna roll.
Ooh, look,
You're
it's
not
too
gonna-
good to look around the room.
I have passive perception of freaking 14.
Yeah, but you could roll better. Whatever, do what you want, Jeff.
Fine, I'll do it.
Not everybody needs to look.
Okay, Jeff goes with his passive perception. You roll.
Hey, you got it out of the way now, so you won't roll it on an attack.
You say that, but he might just roll that on his attack.
Yeah.
You all inspect the room. It reveals itself to be pretty standard. What I mentioned before, there is what was not immediately obvious, but is obvious upon looking through the room. A coat room in which a number of black cloaks hang, as well as a top hat perched on an upward shelf.
This room is secretly a cloaker.
God, that would suck.
However, while it is not a new feature of the room, but simply newly revealed, Sosa happens to spot that in the woodworking on some of the wood paneling, there are snakes and skulls hidden within the design.
Like actual
That's not
snakes?
creepy at all.
No, just carved.
Okay.
Do I think it's just like a minor wood detail, or does it have hidden significance that one of my intelligence checks can discover?
It seems to just be decoration.
Okay.
We don't need any clothes, right? I don't know what they give us for clothes. I got
I've
common clothes.
travelers.
I'm not gonna steal this guy's cloaks.
Well, I mean, if the guy's not here, she's dead.
Do the cloaks appear to be of like fine make, like they're rich people clothes? I mean, the motherfucker has a top hat in his closet, so
They appear to be of very, very quality.
I would take one of them.
If you take one in hand and like feel it, the material feels good to the touch.
I might as well take it. I got myself a nice cloak.
Wonder how those all things bees.
Well, we haven't killed anything yet.
It's not true.
Killed a werewolf.
Killed
Oh, right.
the two of us. You know, the people actually able to do damage.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Just
The obvious
putting the melee people up on
exits
our
to
back.
the room being, of course, the stairs and this door here.
So are we going up or through the door? They said the monster was in the basement, which I
Oh.
assume is where.
Oh,
they
yeah. Is that going up or
And
down?
this door here.
It
The
could be
staircase
high.
leads up.
Okay.
Might as well
The-
check out the rest of this floor first before we go up or down.
Okay.
All right.
Let's pick a door. Let's
I'll
this
go-
door or that door. It doesn't matter which
Wait.
to me.
That door. I
I'll just
suppose.
keep opening doors. So. That way, no one has to risk setting off a trap if it just opens if it's not locked.
It's true.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
So the house is definitely quiet except for the noise we're making.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we should probably start sneaking around.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if that slams the doors
about-
open, I
My
think we kind of
shield is
fucked
literally
ourselves.
shedding light in like a 40 feet radius. I'm not
End
sneaking.
your spell.
No. he can hide. I am a bright, loud, clangy, armored person.
Oh, you have disadvantage on
I
sneak,
have disadvantage
don't you?
on sneaking as well. So Jeff can sneak. That's perfectly fine. I will definitely be noticeable regardless of whether we sneak or not.
Well, it's when we sneak as a party. So if one of us are noticed, we're all noticed, unless we're blatantly
No,
away
I
from
mean,
the
we
party,
can
right?
just stay back while you go ahead by yourself if you want.
It's entirely possible for you guys to sneak and for me to be noticed because I'm fucking
Yeah, we do
loud
that
and
all the
obnoxious.
time on Saturday game.
Yeah.
My paladin just walks in by himself, and everyone's like, look at that single armored idiot over there. And they jump in, then everyone else jumps out of the shadows. Psych!
Throwing
Fair.
the door open, you reveal a sizable room with a large, long table with many chairs set about it.
Okay,
David,
I thought
is it
those
possible
were
to sneak?
I thought those were bodies for a second.
David? Is it possible to sneak? Stealth.
If you want.
Yeah, I'll also be sneaking too. There's no reason not to. I got a 15
I will
on my stealth check.
9.
I'll be clomping around with him. Her.
He didn't roll off. You rolled a 3. I can give you another set of
Table.
dice so it doesn't roll off you guys.
The table, laden with plates and silverware, is mahogany and finely carved. The chairs are not just ordinary chairs, but are both cushioned and possessed of sculpted armrests.
If this house wasn't so evil, someone could be living in here.
There is a crystal
Having
chandelier that hangs above the table. And both it and the silverware below are not just in normal condition, but polished to an immaculate sheen.
Fucking evil.
So everything's taken care of.
Bourgeoisie house.
Yes.
Oppressing all those
Which-
fucking poor people.
Upon entering this place, like, it connects, matches what you've seen of the house so far.
To be fair, someone could be living here. He's just not here, or he's hiding from us.
Or he's the monster.
In the basement.
Yeah,
And is coming to eat your flesh.
Mr.
Yeah.
Jekyll and Hyde.
No, you remember
There are more beautifully carved wood paneling on the walls.
There are also hidden things in this one.
Well, who knows? But upon first glance, they contain elegant images of deer frolicking among the trees. There are red silk drapes that cover the windows, and a tapestry to the far corner of the room depicting hunting dogs and horse-mounted aristocrats chasing after a wolf.
Okay, let's check out this one too. Perception. 11.
20.
I take my passive perception again, if possible.
11, 20. I have passive perception, so I won't ask for it.
Yeah.
Do you want all our passive perception saving?
Well, I got them.
Alright.
What about you?
16.
If you're looking around. The room seems as ordinary as any of this can seem. However, Greila does spot woven into the panel carving at certain points are twisted faces, particularly carved into the tree trunks in the settings.
That's not good.
Easy to mistake for knotholes.
Are they happy faces?
I'll point them out to the others. Just saying. Like,
They're not. They're anguished faces.
whoever had this place built, I thought they had fine taste, but upon closer inspection, they have rather ghastly attitude towards everything.
Sousa saw that the other room had snakes in the paneling as well. It appears as if this house has belonged to someone with quite morbid interests. I'm going to give the look over the stuff that she discovered. Is anything else, like, weird looking of any significance? Does this
I mean,
mean anything?
Oh, can we take
That's
the
what I'm
silver?
asking, because you can roll knowledge religion to see if stuff
You
is
said
like
the
omens.
silverware was made of silver?
Oh,
I'm taking it.
yeah,
I'm
let's just
taking
take
all
it.
of the fucking silverware. David, I don't know how many pieces that is, or if you want to...
Sosa scrutinizes the wall
Susa.
paneling. Greila begins pocketing silverware.
Not a bad idea.
Yes, in case we need to eat later.
I was thinking more for werewolves. Those could be melted down at a
Are you
later
going
point.
to stab them with a fork?
I need silver for some of my spells. I don't know if you also need, but it is a useful component.
And here I was thinking I was funny.
Apart from this room seems to be as you have found it.
Yeah, next room. Is there another door in here, or is the only door out
There is
this
not.
way? Okay, well, go out,
The
come
only other
back,
door.
head there.
Hmm?
I know there's
Let's do
no
it.
appraisal skill, but how much would you say that silverware is worth? Or how much does Greila think it's worth? Or is there a role for me to determine the value?
I usually just give it to people. If there is a skill you're supposed to be using for it, then whoops on me.
Well, yeah, because appraisal isn't on here, so.
I'll tackle it later, if only for speed's sake.
Okay.
So long as you remind me, but I'll do my best to remember as well.
Alright, what's this new
Advance.
room got?
To the remaining door. And through the door,
Apparently it's just an investigation, or not an investigation, but an intelligence check.
Huh.
you discover
Good figure.
Because it's listed right here. Other intelligence check, estimate the value of a precious item.
Oh, what do you know? The more you know.
the door is flung open, revealing a room that, in addition to being taken care of like the others, is particularly tidy. It is filled with dishware, cookware, and utensils galore, all neatly organized on shelves. There is also, to the other side, what appears to be a work table. There's a cutting board and a rolling pin on top of it. There is a stone dome-shaped structure, it appears to be an oven, that stands near the east wall. And its bent iron stovepipe connects to a hole in the ceiling. Behind the door, or behind the oven, there is a small door in a thin wall leading somewhere.
Hey David, can you guess what I'm about to roll?
Maybe.
20.
Okay.
16.
Passive again.
20.
Looking around. Looking around. You're looking around, you're looking around. Utensils, these ones, are much like the last. The cutting board, pretty standard. It bears stains and signs of use.
Like bloody use? Like someone was chopping a bunch of meat on it or something?
Well, at some point. You've seen many cutting boards like this before in this state. However, there is suspiciously no cleaver or cutting appendage nearby, but that could just be coincidence.
Oh, I'm sure.
However, your inspection of the room doesn't turn up anything too suspicious.
So that pipe goes up to the second level?
Presumably
Well,
it would go out the roof.
it's the stove pipe, so it probably goes out through the roof.
Can I want to make this small door behind the thing fly open if I can.
Okay. You use your powers to once again throw that door
open.
There's nothing inside.
It might be the door to the
Save for a
basement.
million rat corpses.
Throw the door open and reveal a small room with a number of wooden shelves with various sacks and boxes of what appears to be foodstuffs.
Pantry. Is it fresh?
Is it regular food stuff? If I go looking in there? Like grains and stuff? Or...
You're picking up a sack, you think it's a grain sack, you would open it, and there appears to be grain inside. And there are no signs of rot, and it smells alright.
Eat it. Not raw grain.
Raw grain.
This is starting to feel very off. If the town was abandoned, or
The house
something,
does seem kind of empty for there supposedly being a monster in the
it
basement.
also seems very well taken care of.
That's true too. Something's cleaning the place because it's not covered in dust, but
And restocking the pantry.
the house doesn't feel lived in though, does it? It doesn't. You know, like a person lives in a house,
You kind of
they'll
know
leave
it's...
stuff around, but it doesn't seem like that to me.
That is perhaps the house's greatest contradiction.
So it's kind of like a hotel in that everything's clean, but nothing looks like it's used.
Is a way of describing it.
Okay.
Like a dollhouse.
Well, thank you, David. I do this.
So
Hmm.
I'll take one of my green bags or whatever, and I'll take a saucepan or whatever and pour the green out into it.
You gonna start cooking?
No, just look. I don't know if I put my hand in there. It could be something.
Yeah, that's true. There could be something in the green.
Oh, you're scooping the grains out with a pan.
No, I'm pouring it.
He's
Oh.
pouring it into the pan.
To see if there's anything in there that'll fall out.
Oh. Okay.
That's a good idea.
Empty in the sack.
Crack takes the grain bag and pours it into a pan and brushes around and finds something real quick. And upon pouring, nothing falls out, and none of the grain that is poured out seems amiss.
Am I detect magic as I'm picking anything up?
The grain is also not magical.
I'm more not in the room, but okay.
Except for this oddly green one that...
Reveal your secrets, Grain.
I'll grow a beanstalk in your belly.
Well, it seems as if we have one location left to check. The upstairs.
Odd that there was mention of a basement, but I have yet to see any indication of an entrance.
Clearly the house
There
is
were
bigger
two
than what
doors
we're
in the first room.
Wait, were there doors in the first room we didn't check?
Not the very first one. The one with the stair. There were two doors in there.
Yeah, this door, the
Check door.
the court door.
And then the door into the room we're in.
Oh, so we
right now.
checked them all.
There's only
Yeah.
one
yeah,
place
yeah.
left to go, right?
Yes.
I'm not mistaken. Okay,
Okay.
cool. Yeah, let's go up the stairs.
We taking the food stuff?
Hmm?
We taking the food stuff?
What? No, leave it.
Well,
Whoa,
no, I mean,
no.
if it's stuff, we should take it.
Anything-
You don't know how long we're going to be out in the wilderness.
All right.
Fair. Anything worth taking that we can pack up.
Rice and or something easy to
Well,
cook.
grain?
Grain is fine, I guess, but you have to bake it into bread.
Okay, is there any rice or, like, meat?
Stuff we
Maybe
can cook
salted meat?
on the
Is-
go.
Is there anything preserved? Like, I'll look for jars of
Preservatives.
preserved fruit, you know.
We take all this.
We don't
Man,
want that scurvy.
there's nothing wrong with this house. And we walk
Well,
outside.
I'm just giving examples so that he
Yeah.
knows what I'm looking for.
We grab all this stuff. We look through the house. This house seems perfectly fine. We get outside. The town is bustling. Everybody's looking. Thieves!
Well, after a bit of searching, you're able to turn up some jars of preserved, I'll say what appear to be preserved beets, if only because they are very red.
Are you sure it's not onions
Ah.
and that I will need to drink the onion water to live? And that I'm not the guy from Holes?
Well,
Are you sure I'm not Shia LaBeouf?
How many jars?
I can't be entirely certain that you are not Shia LaBeouf, but I can't. There are like
10 jars, so you can take them all if you want or not.
Yeah, I
There
mean,
are also
I like
a
beets.
variety. The pantry is fully stocked. There are also a variety of some preserved peaches. There's a thing of onion water, should you truly desire. There are also an assortment of grain, some jerky, though there's no like huge cuts of meat in here.
Yeah, I mean, everything that looks like we could take it for a while, we might as well take it, because the person who owns the house isn't going to be needing it. And if they are, the worst that happens is we put it back in the pantry and say, sorry, we thought you were dead or were a monster.
How
Yeah.
like, or do you just want me to
and we can even take stuff like for food immediately. But
You can. And there's enough in here that you can take your pick of whatever and still be leaving a bunch of the pantry left.
Okay. So how many, if we could just get it reduced to like a number of rations, because I only have, I think, like...
I've got 10 days worth.
Oh, right, I forgot. So did you know that I have the only combination of class packs and background packs that start me with no rations? So I will take as many days of rations as I can get out of this pack.
Jeez.
Yeah, I started with the Scholars pack for Wizard, and the Haunted one has a Monster Hunters pack, which is cool, but doesn't have any food in it. So I have no rations. So if I can get like a week of food out of this,
The
that'd
good
be
news
great.
is easily. You can easily get like 15 days worth of rations.
I'll erase this and just let you take.
See, I was almost
I'm
going to grab Outsider instead of Far Traveler. Only for one of the reasons to take it was because you get to start with a bear trap that actually has stats and shit.
So you have 10 days. You have how many? 10 days? You have how many? Okay, then
We
I'm
also
just
only
gonna...
have one water skin though. There's no water skins or anything in here.
Why would they have water skins in the kitchen?
Yeah, in the pantry.
Not that you find.
However, if there is any water... Now, I can identify poisons with alchemy tools. I don't know if that means I can check for poison, or just once I found a poison, I can identify exactly what it is.
I would imagine you could probably check for poison, but it'd probably take a little bit.
Okay,
It
then
takes
I'm
some
not
of the
going to eat
material.
any of this yet. But I'm going to when next time we take a long rest, I'm going to spend a little bit of time
Okay.
checking if any of my new rations are poisoned. Because how hilarious would that be, right? I'm sure this is a riveting gameplay that everyone expects in Curse of Strahd, us slowly tapping on stuff and me collecting rations from pantries and being like, okay, I cast Detect Magic, nothing's gonna kill me, right?
Well, hey, we're fucking paranoid.
There's some value to it.
We're more like Goldilocks than we are adventurers right now.
Hey, I'm way more paranoid than Goldilocks. I didn't just walk in and go, I'm gonna sleep in your bed. Nothing will happen.
Which, let's be real, that's pretty irresponsible for a normal person.
Yeah, like that's just crazy person stuff.
Yeah.
In fact, it'd make more sense if you were an adventurer, because then you could maybe go by the logic. I'll
That
just
I'm an
kill whatever
adventurer, so I'm
finds
a
me.
crazy ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'll just kill whatever finds me.
kill the 3 bears when they
She's a
come
little
in
girl.
because they're bears.
It's very weird.
Did you ever notice that every character Nicolas Cage has played in every movie make way more sense if you assume they're a D&D adventurer? Oh, they just assume they're going to kill whatever they come across. Like, his lunaticness makes way more... Mandy is basically just like a crazy barbarian revenge story.
I want to watch.
It's so fucking good.
It's on
I'm relieved
Shudder.
that you said that, because I heard about it and it sounded
It's good.
cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, I hope,
It's awesome. It's so great.
This is
the
amazing.
ending is so
Alright.
sick.
Well,
The rest of it's good too, though, by the way.
I guess the
It's not
only course is the stairs then?
Yeah, I guess we're going
Yeah,
upstairs.
going upstairs.
Wait, the stairs do go up, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah, we've already cleared this. Let's do since the stairs are 5x5, let's do you first,
Yeah.
and then followed by Monk Lee, followed by Crack, and then me, and then will you bring up the rear?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay, cool.
However, as you leave, Crack notices something easy to miss. Not that it's necessarily hidden, but like towards
There's a giant spider
the
following
entrance.
you.
It is not. It is a small hatch in the wall with a metal door that has like a little handle set into it.
Well, that's strange.
It is roughly 2 feet wide.
Door.
Can we make it open?
I'm gonna look. What's up with the door?
Is it like a safe?
How do you let us know that it's there? Are you like...
He just says door.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There's not a lock on it, so it is likely not a safe.
I'll make it fly open then.
I'm gonna be as loud as humanly possible.
You make it fly open, it opens with a bang. And then
You know,
from
there's a
somewhere
difference
deeper
between-
in the house, you hear like heavy stomping and a.
What?
Thank you so much.
But it's much
Well,
farther
sorry.
off than that.
Oh,
There are a brief few moments, but you don't hear anything coming towards you
I will prepare.
yet.
you could all hide.
Where is there any like heavy thing around, like a big cast iron pan?
Yes.
Okay, I will pick up the pan. I will move back to like behind something, attempt to make a stealth check, and if anything like big and intimidating comes through the door, I'm preparing an action that if something big and intimidating comes through the door, it's
getting fucking catapulted.
well. Can I make it specific? If something comes through the door that's big and looks like it's going to attack, then like if it just walks in, I won't attack. But if it's like, has a big thing up, I will attack.
Aggressive.
He's asking if we
Sure.
can use discretion, something we don't.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah.
And I was like, meh. Sure.
Okay, cool. Then that is my action. I'm hiding and being like, you're about to get the pan of doom.
Gonna need you to hide.
Okay.
Inspect the
11.
door he just opened, or the hatch he just opened.
Inside the hatch, after one of your comrades grabs a pan and like, okay. Prepare yourself. Inside the hatch,
Well, the unseen
A
servant can lead me. That's
2
part of the reason I have it out.
foot wide.
You can't see it, but it's guiding me by the arm.
A 2 foot wide stone shaft. Inside, it contains a wooden box that is attached to a simple rope. If you look in, is attached to a little system of pulleys.
Huh. Can I reach the box?
You could pull on the rope and get it to
I mean, the box is just inside. Like,
Oh.
you see the shaft, and then you see the box, and then, like, looking in a little bit, you see, like, there's a rope attached to it.
Use
And
pull.
Is there anything?
what's more, there is also a tiny brass bell attached by wires to a little button, like, just on the inside wall.
Is this like a servant's bell to let somebody know in like the master's bedroom that they want food?
I mean, it crosses your mind that might be what it is. I mean, it would make sense if this place is supposed to be ritzy.
What's the box, though?
Does it
You
look
put
like
things in it, and the
It's just
rope
like a
goes
wooden.
up.
Oh,
It's like the things in you just.
It's
use
a
it to
counterweight.
things
No,
down
it's
like
a
this.
dumbwaiter.
What do you mean?
A dumbwaiter. That's what those are called.
Oh, is it? I just know that there's a box that you can use as like a little
Yeah.
elevator thing.
That's a dumbwaiter.
yeah? Huh? And
How
odd.
big is the box?
Like a foot.
It is about 2 feet in width.
Yeah.
How tall?
Like
Because
a
it's
foot and a
possible
half.
to climb into one of those if you're small enough. That's why I'm. So it's not big enough that someone could climb in.
It's big enough if perhaps a smaller creature tried to.
Oh, like your owl.
No. That would be a very stupid idea. Are you crazy?
You'd have to. It'd take him an hour to get his ability to see back.
Yeah. I'm not risking my owl putting it in the box.
No. I'm not saying we should. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Someone should have rolled a halfling and just shoved them in the.
I don't think
The rat
halfling
is-
barbarian would have worked very well.
Contort yourself into the box.
You don't want to
I don't
be
know.
Kenneth Kneecapper, a clan Kneecapper.
Okay.
Aren't you?
Huh. No.
So,
Wielding a warhammer.
I'll stand in the middle of the room, so if someone bursts in here, they'll see me easily. If the rest of you,
Well, I mean, they'll see us all easily, so you have light pouring out through the door.
they'll. My they're gonna look
So
at
the
me
stomping, is
first.
it getting any closer?
Or is it
Like
just,
after
it was just
I
far.
described there was stomping that sound, but then
It stopped.
nothing.
Huh. I guess just leave?
I will say, you should be more careful with your opening of doors.
We are not
It is as
alone.
if we're- it says, you're right. There are others. Let's hurry up the stairs, but we should do it quietly.
Subtlety wasn't my strong. I'm sorry.
I've noticed. I'm gonna try to sneak up the stairs.
I mean, that's perfectly fine. I'm fine with you guys all sneaking, but I'm not gonna be sneaky regardless. Even if I
Is
think to be-
is this place
I
lit?
could try.
Like, is the light the only thing that lets us see, or
Yes.
so the room is lit?
No, his light.
My
When you
light,
said thing, I thought you were talking about
my
your
shield is
companion's light.
But I'm asking
The rooms are not lit.
the rooms are, so we wouldn't be able to see if the
Susa
if
would
her
be
spell
able to
wasn't
see, and I would be able to see, but
Okay,
they
well,
can't
then
see.
With those exceptions. Which only makes it all the more fitting that as you move back out into the main hall, you spot a door that wasn't there before.
Well, that's
Hmm.
that door.
Huh.
I swear it wasn't there when we were in this room before.
Wouldn't your magic if I opened it?
It can only open doors I like wanted it to, I guess. I'd have to be aware of it.
Perhaps it had something to do with the door we opened in the previous room.
Hmm. Or maybe that noise. Maybe whatever is in this house wants company.
Like,
Hold on.
did you say something about the house being magical or not being magical?
Yeah, I told everyone that the house is evil magic and it will be working against us.
Horrendously evil.
Yeah, well, could we just...
We noticed you said sigils and like maybe not insignias or anything, but anything that matched
I
like
don't think
anything
I
on
can
the
use
letter.
it without causing it to like. It says you instantaneously
Now that
cause
you've
an
noticed
unlocked
offhand.
door or window to fly open or slam shut. So I'm pretty sure it's always just loud.
Okay, well, we'll sneak up. You sneak up to the door, check it with perception, and then open it cautiously.
Do we want to do the door or the stairs?
Let's do the door. We should stay on this floor before we figure out what the hell else is going on.
Fair.
Every rolled stuff and that's crap.
Wait. You don't have to re-roll stuff unless we ask you to.
Oh, yeah.
You should roll perception to listen to the other side of the door, Jeff. So you should roll.
I believe he is right.
Alright. Keep on that next time.
I'm gonna hold on the cast iron pan, by the way, in case I need to.
Vault someone.
No, for
Catapult.
catapult.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What is that if not bopping them?
You're bonking people with the pan.
You know, my rolls with perception's not that great, because
Jeff, just roll it.
I
Do
did
tell what you got.
7.
You rolled it and rolled a 7? Because you just rolled a 7 when you were trying to sneak it. You're just using the same roll.
Well, I
Crack
fear...
moves up to the newly appeared door and inspects it. Close up,
It's 9.
nothing seems to be amiss.
Hmm.
Appears to be a normal door. And there are no noises, at least that Crack can hear, coming from the other side.
Let's go through then.
I'll lead the way.
Group advances through the door.
Okay, so it's right next to the receiving area that we went in. Huh.
This isn't just the house trying to size us up and then eat us one by one.
Opening the door and advancing through, reveals an oak paneled room, but this one has walls decorated with furs of various creatures. Deer, bear, and the like. It has a fireplace, and mounted above the fireplace is a stag's head, positioned upright, but with eyes that hold a bit of fear yet in its dead irises. Positioned on the outskirts of the room are 3 stuffed wolves. There are 2 padded armchairs, also draped in animal fur, facing the hearth with an oak table between them. Upon this oak table is a cask and 2 carved wooden goblets, if only because they don't shine when light is put in their direction. A look above reveals another chandelier hanging, and there appear to be some other objects on the table with the casks, though it's a little difficult to make out from where you are currently, which is here-ish.
I'm just double checking the hearth is dead.
Yes.
Okay.
There is no fire burning.
Do my detect magic detect anything?
No.
Okay. Search the room. Same as normal. Same as every other room to this point. 22.
Nope.
19.
Passive.
All right.
13.
You should say the number.
You
on
should
the
just say the
instead of saying
passive.
passive.
Because when you... Otherwise, David has to look up for you. So.
The small object on the door, or on the table. Once you get close, it's really easy for Siguror to see. It's a deck of playing cards. Looking through. There are a couple of cabinets that catch your familiar's eye. One of which sporting a hefty lock. The other of which has its door open and slightly ajar. And we're looking a little closer. It doesn't appear to have anything inside of consequence.
Even though it has a lock on it?
No, so there's one as a door, or one that has a lock, and there's another one that's door is slightly open. And
It doesn't seem to have anything. Okay, sorry. I misunderstood. I will say to the others, this cabinet appears to be locked. Would any of you happen to know your way around a set of picks?
I do not.
I know of a way to open it.
Oh, do you? Gracefully and without making much noise?
No.
I do.
Oh. Crack, would you mind?
Would you kind? What does it mean? Fucking...
He ain't no robot man.
Andrew Ryan?
Yeah, that's really rough with it.
Proficiency bonus and anything else?
Dex.
2 plus that.
yeah.
Alright. So 6. Okay. My turn.
Crack moves up and metaphorically pecks away at the lock. Takes a moment, but it springs open. Upon opening the cabinet, inside you find a small stash of weapons. In particular,
Mace of Disruption, come on!
what appears to be a heavy crossbow, set neatly beside it, a lighter crossbow.
I'll take that.
And to the rear end of the cabinet, a small hand crossbow.
Oh, just a crossbow.
Each one
How weird.
has its own special pouch sitting next to it, containing 20 bolts.
The bolts special or anything, or are they just regular bolts?
If they are special, they are not apparently special.
And not detectable through detect magic.
Fair.
So,
Well, I meant like, I don't know, tipped with silver or
I
something.
already have.
that's true. That would probably be immediately noticeable.
Fair.
When was the last time you saw a silver-tipped bolt and did not immediately recognize it?
Is anyone gonna take any of? He's taking the light crossbow, or any of you taking
Or the hand crossbow. I have to check which is which proficiency.
light crossbow is simple weapon.
I can't really use those.
I already have a light crossbow, so if no one is gonna take them, I'll take some of the bolts and give the rest to.
You're proficient in martial weapons. Not only can you use a heavy crossbow, but you can use the hand crossbow as well.
My dex is 11.
That's
It's still ranged out.
Well, that's what I got
doesn't
the.
add strength. That's true.
That's what I got the javelins and the hand axes for.
Well, we can take the other stuff and sell them. I mean, a heavy crossbow's worth 50 gold, and the hand crossbow's worth 75. But yeah, I'll take that other light crossbow.
Okay.
Put them in the pack.
Yeah, all right.
Alright. So, do you want 40 of the bolts and I'll take the other 20? You'll
Sure.
have 40 each?
Yeah, I can do that.
Well, there are 20 bolts for each weapon.
And there's
Is
3
difference
weapons.
Discrepancy between
The size?
crossbow.
I think bolts are just bolts. It's like arrows. There's no difference between arrows for a short bow and arrows for a long bow. At least in D&D, I don't know in real life if it's different.
I think.
It's up to you, dude.
Well, if anything, Rob would know.
There is not a difference. Like typically, arrows of different lengths can be fired from pretty much any bow, unless it's like an arrow meant for a child. Because they have bows.
Yeah, child killing arrows can only be shot from child killing bows.
No.
I know exactly what you meant. Come on.
I mean, hey,
Arrows of child killing.
it's true.
Sorry, child slaying.
You know what the sad thing is? My crossbow does more consistent damage than firebolt. Because the firebolt does 1d10 fire, the crossbow does 1d8 plus 2.
Plus 2.
Yeah. That's the same for my Sacred Flame. The crossbow is typically better.
Well, Suppose. Would that happen to be anything? The part that's like kind of looks like it's sectioned off?
My mistake. I was looking at the wrong map.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, if there's nothing else in the room, and my magic detection and
This is coming up blank.
So there's nothing else to know now.
Stairs time?
I mean, that's all I discovered with perception. Would an investigation check maybe reveal anything different? Because I can also roll those.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, like how?
I'm not sure. I thought you wanted to investigate something in particular.
Well, yeah, I can't really
Perhaps
think of
the
any.
handsome wolves that
The
stalk
3
the
stuffed
area.
wolves. Huh.
18.
I swear to God, these aren't
Investigating.
stuffed wolves, but actual wolves. So we're just.
If you,
There's very fine craftsmanship on these wolves.
They're nice wolves.
Yes.
How much would they be worth a lot? Can I make an intelligence check to determine if they're would be worth a lot?
Sure.
Like in the 50 or up gold range? Because if so, I mean, we can just take. Well, how big are they? Are they full-size taxidermied wolves?
They're full size.
that would be heavy as shit.
Yeah, and also
We can
very
just go
unwieldy.
and put them near the entrance and then take them out when we leave.
Take them later.
Well, we can get like a wagon or something. I need gold to buy alchemical supplies.
It's how many taxidermied wolves then?
I got a 14 on my intelligence check. I don't know how high the DC on determining if items are worth anything. But... Generally, stat checks are lower than skill checks because you don't get to add proficiency. But
They are pretty nice. You could probably wring some gold out of them.
how much?
That's what.
Ballpark range.
You could probably wring between 10 to 15 gold out of them.
each. That's
Yeah.
not nothing. There are gems that are worth less, so they're actually really nice.
There's how many? 3 or 2 of them?
How many wolves?
3.
3 wolves. I'll say, if we can get a wagon, these wolves would actually fetch a fair price at a market.
So would need
To the right kind of buyer. I'll say to,
need to be able to get past the mist first.
Siguror. Perhaps we should move them near the front door and take them when we leave.
They do not weigh us down. I'll put them like here so they're not in direct. Put them over here so they're not in direct path. But we need to make a speedy entrance so we don't
Just put 'em by
trip
the
over
front
them.
door.
Okay. We pick up one wolf and just really quickly, like huddle up. And you pick up the other wolf. You huddle up. You pick up the third wolf. When you huddle out, you're not sure, but you think one of the wolves is facing the opposite way.
Are they on pedestals?
No.
Push him over.
What?
Wait,
Just knock him over.
When did the first session of Strahd turn into the fucking, the beach
House of
house? No, the beach house from fucking Vampire the Masquerade.
Perhaps at all.
I will actually go in and inspect it because that's
Glad no one
weird.
went that dumb,
Put
though.
this
The
one,
elevator dropped on you.
put this one down and go and inspect that because that's
Yeah.
what.
There you go. You inspect
Did you
it.
say anything to the rest of us?
I'll say hold on out loud, but yeah, and go look it over.
Yeah, I'll go look, too, and see what the hell's happening.
I guess any roll or check to see if
Well, determine anything significant, yes.
Can I
What
re-roll
to
investigate?
roll.
No.
Now that I know it's moved? Okay.
There's no subtle like movement.
Is
like
there
it's
any magic
breathing or
coming from
anything?
it?
Its chest doesn't move even. Like if I.
What happens
Okay,
if I stab
I know this is
Okay.
gonna. I know this is gonna sound weird, but I guess try and roll. If it's an animal or something trying to fake being taxidermied animal,
What animal
Roll-
has ever done that?
try to roll intimidate on it so it
What?
thinks I know exactly what it is. I'm about to attack it.
Are you kidding?
Okay. You can do that.
Stop moving, wolf!
I don't know.
No, it's just like it's
I fucking saw you. Oh, they're moving.
It might be a Trojan horse or a
just
Trojan
like
wolf.
That one movie, I forget, with Will Smith.
Oh my god.
Is like no, because
I
like
Am
Fred is in
Legend.
it. There we go. It's like that one scene from I Am Legend.
Oh.
God.
How did you get there, Wolf?
Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. Jesus. See, 17.
Don't
Just
step
start,
on my feet.
start fucking stomping over to it and speak very.
This is so stupid.
You, your character,
You
steps
fucking what?
harshly. Stomp, stomp, stomp. You posture aggressively. The taxidermied wolf does not move.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Could have sworn this thing moved.
It must just be a trick of your eyes. This place is getting to you. Taxidermied wolves do not move.
Yeah, but
Unless there's some sort of magic at play, and I would have detected it.
maybe. But I swear that door wasn't there when we first came out. When we were first in that room, there was
door
no
didn't
door.
have any magic on it either that I could sense. This whole house.
Yeah,
is
fuck
like
is this fucking fun house?
Now,
magic aura
the
cast on it or
house
something.
itself, you already knew was magical, or is.
And it doesn't have a specific
School.
school. It's not like illusions or anything.
Truthfully, it has a number of spell schools
Okay.
within it.
I'm guessing transmutation is one of them.
I guess the stairs are all that's left, right?
Yeah, we might as well go up the stairs. I mean,
Yeah.
this is very quickly becoming a poor idea.
I mean,
It's not like we can leave.
yeah, I was gonna say, it's not like we can leave.
It was never a smart idea to begin with, or a wise idea to begin with, to come into this house, but we didn't have a choice.
I guess turning away from it. Do not like to be fooled. I'm sick of tricksters.
Alright, unless a new door has mysteriously appeared. Let's go
No,
up
the
those stairs.
stairs have disappeared and turned into a cellar door.
The stairs have not disappeared.
Okay.
You were able to advance up them. However, with each step, the stairs groan and moan,
Well, that's
almost
strange.
as if trodden upon men. It is a very slow and tense trip up the stairs
So, like, we're not sneaking anymore.
to
then,
the
right?
second floor. Sneaking will be difficult. You can still try.
I mean, I wasn't trying to begin with, but they might have been.
You reach the upper hall, cloaked in darkness, shapes of mundane objects stretching before you, but beneath them, the potential for yet more sinister trials and tribulations. Fortunately and unfortunately, you shall have at least a week to steel yourself, for it is here where I will end it.
Fuck it out. This house sucks.
This
Although,
has
to be
been-
fair, nothing has happened to us.
This has been but a taste of what lies deeper within. If you'd be so kind, tell the people who will bravely move forward next time we meet. Or send us off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, hope you liked the episode. I did. I'm Mari Villas. You can find me on Twitter at Lights Camera Initiative. And yeah, that's it for me.
Robert, I don't really have any social media, so you probably won't see me online, but I wish you all well.
Jeff and
Look at the camera, Jeff.
fuck off.
Look at the camera.
Look at the people.
If you wouldn't mind looking at the camera, it looks a little better.
I have no social media.
I ain't got nothing.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.